if I have a reaction or something that I know is unwholesome or will lead to suffering at some point,
Okay.
it's like, yeah, I have the aversion to it.
This is the first thing you need to understand is, do you know that the thoughts that come to your mind, and you are the person who's going on and on about it, it's not the thought that's going on. We think, a lot of thoughts come into my mind and they go and on about it, but it's you yourself who does it. So if you will do an experiment, just 1 minute or something, if you close your eyes and just watch your mind, watch what's happening to your mind and see what's happening. What you need to understand is, a thought might come into your mind, but you are the person who's processing the thought. If you watch carefully, the thought doesn't process itself. It will be processed by you. You just process it on and on and on. You are the person who's processing it. Let's start. Okay, so now, did you see that what I was talking about? Maybe you hear a sound, then your mind goes to that sound, and when the mind goes to that sound, or when you hear that sound, it's pure, it's not polluted. I'm going to use very basic words. I'm not going to use all the Arya words, because it's sometimes you don't understand when you use all complicating words. If you use the basic words, you understand better. Because my kids, they go to Deshana. One is 10 and one is 11. My daughter went to third Deshana last year. Because of I teach them at home, so they understand. And I believe it's better to say in simple language, simple English, then you understand, right? Rather than using complicated words, then you don't know, okay, what's that word? What does that mean? What does that actually mean? I don't understand. You understand? So
yeah, I agree.
So what you do is, whatever noise, or it could be when you close your eyes, you only listen to things, you don't see anything, right? So you hear something and then you think, okay, you identify that. Okay, until you identify, it's pure, it's okay, it's not with raga, dvesha, moha. But after the identification, because of avidya, because of not understanding the truth, you process it with the avidya and trishna. Do you know what avidya and trishna is? Avidya in basic terms is, you are giving a value because you don't understand the reality of the world or the universe.
Yeah, give it a pleasant or an unpleasant value.
You give it a value, that is avidya. You give it a value as in, you think, this is important, some things are important. So when you identify some things as important, that's when you identify the others as not important. So that's how it happens. Now that's how you categorize. So these are the important people, then the others are not important as such. So that's how you categorize. So the moment you get, that's a kind of attachment.
And important means something that gives us pleasure, right? Or
important means what you think gives you pleasure. Yes. That's what you believe. I'm not saying it's the right thing, but that's what you believe. That's the avidya. That's something wrong. Okay.
And the normal categorization is, if you see a man and a woman, this is a man
and this is a woman. This is a good man. These are the levels you put on top.
Yeah, okay. But the man and the woman is normal.
Normal,
right?
yeah,
And the
exactly.
good man, that's different. That's
exactly. The good man or the bad woman is the icing that you put on top. Like a cake. It's a normal cake. It's normal, but then you put some icing onto it. That's what you do. You process it and you put a lot of likes and dislikes to it. And you have certain things at your home. This should be like this. This shouldn't be like this. These are icings that you put. So when you see something that shouldn't be like that, you get annoyed. You don't like it. You understand? So coming back to that thought that came to your mind, you heard something, now you're processing it. Oh, someone is pulling the tables or something, and you go on and on about it. You are the person who's processing it. If Arihatun Wahanse was here, Arahant was here, he would hear the same noise, but he wouldn't process it. A noise, yeah. He's not going to bother, oh, they are disturbing me, why do they pull it like that? They shouldn't be pulling, they should lift it and move it.
No, we will still have the sanya, but it will still understand people are pulling the tables. But so it will not just have the sense impression of the sound, but he will have the understanding. But there's no judgment of that.
Yeah, he wouldn't. Yeah, exactly. He wouldn't go on and on about it. If someone asks, "What are they doing?" the Arahatun Wahanse will know. Yeah, they are pulling, but it doesn't affect him.
Yeah.
The problem is, these things affect us, affect our mind, and we get sad and happiness because we are the ones who create this. We think, okay, if, say for example, we didn't hear that, would we have a problem? Would we worry? Would we suffer? We wouldn't be. Yeah.
Excuse me. So, like, I think I don't think I am like going on and on about it in my head.
Yeah.
I think it's rather that it is something that has been ingrained in me.
Yeah.
From an earlier time when it was useful.
As well, yes.
Yeah, because it was like it builds upon this.
Yes.
Like first I thought like this. If I do this, then I will get like lasting happiness.
Yeah.
And then that has been a thing.
Yes,
and then
exactly.
Later,
Yeah.
I realized that, oh, this is not serving me. This is creating me suffering.
Exactly.
But how do I get rid of this?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so I create like this aversion to it, to
Yes.
the pleasure I gain from it.
Yes.
So I had the aversion to it because I thought it was serving me.
Yes.
And now like both of these are ingrained in me.
Yes.
And because of this like boom boom. But I think the way to get rid of this is to just accept both of the processes and like see let them like dissolve. Do you get what I mean?
I think I get what you mean,
Yeah.
but accepting is what you're talking is the about is the result. So what
Yeah.
you're saying is accepting the result. You're saying, okay, whether it becomes this or that, I will accept it anyway. If that's the answer you're giving, you're not giving the proper answer because you're saying, okay, even
Yeah, it will still come up from time to time if I just accept it, but
Yeah.
then it will not create more stuff on
that's
top of
that's right. But what you're doing is you have a wound,
it. Yeah,
but you're not curing it from inside. You're just covering it.
that's yeah. It
So
makes
that's
sense.
what we are doing at the moment, but that's what you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, just contemplate.
Because say for
understand things.
example, someone is screaming here, and I'm going to shut down everything. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to pretend that I don't hear it. That's not the right way. But inside you're burning. Sometimes you're like, no. I will stay like this. I'm not going to react to that person. That's just covering the wound. It's like putting
repression.
medicine. Yeah, but inside you're burning. You're not cured properly. If an Arahita Mahansa was here, he's not going to suffer. It doesn't matter what they say. It's not going to be a pain because it's not him accepting it. He knows that's how it is. That's what's meant to be. What we are trying to do is we are trying to change what's happening here. Say for example, you watch football or something. You like football? No? Any sport? Okay, you say there is a match now. Say for example, there is a match. Okay, here. Now you come here. Oh, there's a match, but you don't know the sides. You don't know which side is which, and they are wearing one red, one blue. All of a sudden, you're from where? Say everyone is from, I don't know, Poland, for example, yeah? And then someone says, oh, blue is Poland. The moment the blue is Poland, you're attached to Poland. Say you like Poland and you support Poland. Now the suffering starts because the attachment. Now you're supporting inside, oh, we won't win, the Poland to win. Do you understand? But until then, you didn't have any problem. You didn't know who was who. Imagine it was a neutral match. You don't know the countries and you don't care. Both the countries are none of your business. So score a goal, so what? Do you suffer? No. The other team scores a goal? No, you don't suffer. It doesn't matter what happens. Oh, they won. And some are screaming with happiness, some are screaming with sadness, say. Why? Some were the others were attached to the other team, and some are attached to the other team. So the moment you get attached is when the suffering starts. That's why it starts from avidya, trishna. Trishna is the attachment.
Tanha.
Tanha and
Yeah,
trishna,
it's
the
better-
same thing.
Yeah, but better use the poly terms. I think.
Okay, yeah. Tanha, Oh.
Tanha and Trishna is
trishna.
Sinhala.
This is Sanskrit term.
Okay,
Ah,
yeah,
Trishna,
yeah, yeah.
What does Trishna mean?
It's the same.
It's Tanha. Trishna is
Oh, it's Tana.
Tana.
Like craving.
But it's a Sanskrit term, but it's better to use the poly terms.
No problem. Yeah. As long as you get the meaning, it doesn't matter what words you use.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you think this is the word that should be used, again, see?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
No, I understand, but what I'm trying to say is, in his head, oh, it shouldn't be Trishna, it should be Tanha. Do you understand? The moment I said Trishna, no. You understand the disagreement? There is some kind of problem there. Yeah. So that's what happens. What we create is, because of avidya, we create a situation where we only accept certain things. Avidya is not understanding the reality. We'll come to avidya when we understand the suffering because of trishna or tanha. Yeah. We have tanha because of avidya. Avidya is not knowing the Four Noble Truths. Yeah. So the Four Noble Truths are, what do you know?
Yeah, we know what they are. We know what they are. It's.
You know
want
what
me
they
to
are.
say them?
Yeah,
Hidden
you know
suffering.
the four, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll come
But
to
it's,
that.
it's good if you.
Yeah, I will as well. I will as well, because I'm trying to get to your words rather than me saying
Okay.
the wrong Sanskrit word or something. Yeah.
Just to add on the football match example, so if I get you right. So the moment you attach, mine is constantly like looking, is my team going to win? Is my team going to win?
Mm-hmm.
And whenever the other team is about to do something that might threaten your liking,
Mm-hmm.
you suffer.
As well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
okay,
the mind
go on.
the mind is in very subtle burning,
Mhm.
having to constantly keep up, like what is happening, what is
Mm.
happening. What is
Exactly.
happening?
Yes. Yes.
And then there's the ignorance about, okay, if I attach, then this is fun, this is worthwhile,
Mhm.
because I think I'll get something out of this.
Yeah.
That if I attach, then somehow I can have it my way. That my team is always going to win. And
Yes.
people have this assumption all the time with many different things.
Yes.
That they think they always come out on top,
Yeah.
but they won't.
No, that's right. You're right. The thing is, here, what happens is, you need to understand this as well. Say you two are from the same team, right? You support the same team, Reds, say for example, but you are more attached than you, for example. Who's going to suffer more if they lose? If the Reds lose, who's going to suffer more?
That's me.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because of the attachment. So,
And he's also
How
gonna
much-
have more ashvada, right?
yeah, exactly. We'll come to that Ashwada in a minute.
That's what you get when you have like hooligans and they destroy things. And
Yeah.
They do bad deeds
Yeah.
because of their attachment.
Yeah, you create the attachment yourself. The more attached you are, the more suffering, and the more ashwada you will get as well. We'll come to the ashwada. You are the one who's creating the ashwada, right?
Ashwada is the same as asada.
Asada, yes,
Same
exactly.
word.
Yeah, yeah,
Just connecting them.
yeah. So it's the same thing. So this is where it matters. So now you can understand. So, say for example, again, the teams, the red team. You're in the red team, right?
By the way, aswada is mentally fabricated gratification.
Okay.
There's one, like, for example, when you're eating a meal, it's like, oh, this is so good. It's
Yeah.
sort of,
Yeah. In simple terms, it's the happiness you get. Shall I say that for the moment? Yeah.
Yeah.
When the team, if you're supporting red team, and when the red team wins,
yeah.
you're happy or not? You're happy, right? But who's more happy? Why?
More
Why?
attachment.
More attachment. So how did he get the more happiness? From the more attachment.
Yeah.
Did the team do it for you? Or did you do it yourself?
He did it in his mind.
Exactly. So that's the mentally fabricated thing.
I want to say one thing because it was something where I realized this. Because I think everybody will understand because we're men.
Yeah.
I was really in love with a woman so many years back.
Yeah.
And I was like crazy about her.
Yeah.
And so the sense impressions I got, it was much more intense. And I couldn't understand why with another woman I didn't get the same Ashwada.
Exactly.
But I also had extreme pain with that.
You get the answer now? Yeah. So with the other woman, you don't get the same happiness because you're not attached as much. So if you were, say for example, you got angry with that woman and you said, no, I'll leave her. Now you see another one. And now you're attached with this woman. And the more you get attached, the more happiness you get. And then another question comes now. Say I ask you to write a list of the people who you're attached most from top to bottom, right? From the most attached person, I will ask you to write, okay, the second most attached person, say 5 names, okay? I ask you to write. You don't need to do it, but if you, from your head, if you do it, and then I ask you to write the 5 names of the people who you get the most sadness when you lose them.
Or when they're not the way you'd like them to be.
No, if you lose them,
If you
as
lose
in
them.
they die or something, you
Okay,
lose
okay.
them forever. Who would you get
The most attached.
the more exactly? So it will be the same list, right? Do you think it's going to be the same list?
Yeah.
So what gave you the sadness?
Attachment.
Attachment. Dukkata hetuva. Dukkha and the reason for dukkha. You know dukkha, right? The reason for dukkha is attachment. Tanha. Tanha, yeah. Yeah. So the tanha gave you the suffering. The more tanha you have, the more suffering you will get. So that's what you need to see. So you created the tanha. No one else created for you. Sometimes, say for example, someone asks you, "Oh, can you like that person?" You can't like for someone else. You like only if you like. Yeah. So if you like, that's when the problem starts. The moment you start liking something, that's when the problem starts. Do you understand that? Or you have any questions on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the problem occurs because the thing that you like is never actually according to your preferences. It's always unstable, always uncertain,
Yeah.
subject to sudden change,
Yeah.
and will also decay. When this will
Yeah.
or-
There are certain characteristics of that thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
But those characteristics don't change because you like or dislike. So that's the second thing that you need to know. Say there is a person here, I like that person, or I don't like that person. What happens to that person doesn't change because I like or not like. But we try to change that person into a way that we like. Is it too sunny? Is it difficult for you? Or?
No, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting the thing as well, sun bath as well at the same time, huh? So yeah, so whatever happens, they happen for reasons. Not the reason is never because you like or dislike. We are just putting a like into it, and we suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I like this, if this breaks, I get sad. Yeah. But if this breaks now,
I'd be sad.
it doesn't matter to me. It shouldn't matter. Yeah? If it breaks anyway. Why would you be sad? Because you're attached to it.
Yeah,
You
I can
think
feel
it's
it even when you
yours.
talk about it. Yeah.
See?
Another big problem is
Yeah.
if you're really attached to it and
Yeah.
it breaks, and let's say you don't have money,
Yeah.
you're so attached to it, so you want it, and you go steal it. So what
Yeah.
happens then is you do
You do
because
the
of your
dasa
attachment,
akusala.
you do the
Exactly.
meritorious deeds,
Yeah.
and you create another form of suffering.
Exactly. That's what you do. All the meritorious deeds are done because of the immoral things are done because of the attachment. Yeah. You know the 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember all 10, but yeah.
Killings,
Yeah.
stealing,
Lying.
Lying, gossiping,
Lying.
slander.
Sexual misconduct.
Yeah.
So killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, gossiping, harsh speech,
Yeah.
The mental ones.
frivolous speech, hateful thought, greedy thought,
Yeah.
and wrong views.
Exactly. So all these happen because of the attachment. If you don't have the attachment, that won't happen. But why do you get attachment? That's where you come to avidya. Avidya, because of avidya, is the trishna. So we are trying to go back and find the root cause of it, not trying to cover it and say, oh, it's okay now, but it's gonna jump out sometime. Yeah, but if you find the root cause and give medicine to the root, that's fine. It will be killed forever. That's what we are trying to do, right? We'll come to the dhyana and the meditation after that. That's when the meditation and dhyana comes as well. Yeah, the avidya is you're giving a value to the world. The world, as in the world, is described in different ways. I might not know all the words in English. You might know better than me. If you know, you can tell me. Different ways. Like eyes and the sight, ears and the hearing. Yeah. Noises, sounds. Okay. The same way you have 12 of those. Yeah. In that way, you can describe the world as well. Your world. What you have created as the world. Yeah. So that is created by you. So what we do is we give a value to it because you think that's important. You think it gives you pleasure. That's going back to that thing. Go on.
So what you said, the world that we create, that's the Panchakanda.
Panchaskandha and the Pancha Upadana Skandha are two different things.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have the inner thing, which is eye, nose, mouth, the tongue, and things like that. And then the outside world is the rupa, shabda, the sounds, gandha, the smell, the taste, the feel, like that. Those are the outside. So what you think is, okay, from the outside you get happiness. From looking at things, from seeing things, they give happiness. That's what the people who don't understand the Dhamma, they think. They think, okay, they don't think that it's mentally fabricated in your mind. They think it's coming from outside.
Yeah, that happiness is an inherent intrinsic value in the outside world.
Exactly.
It can be found in visual forms, that it can be found in sounds.
Mhm.
That there are good music and there's bad music.
Mhm.
There's sound that make me unhappy. There's sound that make me happy.
Is there really?
No, it's all mentally fabricated.
Exactly.
But the ignorance is thinking that it's intrinsic in the outside world.
Exactly.
And you can go out and get it.
Yes. So that's what we are doing every day, right? We buy a car, we buy a house, we try to enjoy. How do we enjoy? From these 5 and with the mind, 6 senses. We enjoy from the outside. You take it inside. Oh, I'm happy. But actually, it's fabricated in your mind. You don't understand. Oh, you don't think. You don't believe. That's the thing. What you think? Okay, it's coming from outside because you don't have that understanding. Someone has to teach you that, which you have heard from somewhere, right? Now you know that. Now what you're doing is, okay, now we need to, but you only understand the concept. It's not inherited to you yet. You still feel like you get some sort of happiness.
Yeah.
You don't get you're not Nibbhana yet. Yeah, you're not Arihatun. Until you become Arahant, you will still get those feelings.
Yeah.
You feel, oh, I'm happy. I saw that person, I'm happy. But then you realize, oh, actually, it's not in him, it's inside me. I'm a crazy guy. I created happiness and I'm laughing, I'm smiling myself. What an idiot. You understand?
Yeah.
That's the reality. But we think, oh, I'm happy, yeah. He's a good guy, he gives me happiness. That's a good movie. Yeah? Imagine you have to watch the same movie for like 100 times. You will hate that movie, right? Oh my God, it's the same movie again. But if that was in there, it wouldn't happen, right? It will give the same happiness every single time. But that doesn't happen. So now the avidyava becomes vidyava. Now you're understanding this. Avidyava is not understanding the 4 noble truths. right? The Four Noble Truths, dukkha, samudaya, nirodha, marga. There are different names, different words for it. I don't know which words you know, but anyway.
Can you just summarize them?
Yeah.
Like, how would you describe them?
Dukkha arya satya. Dukkha arya satya means there are two dukkhas. You can only get rid of one dukkha, right? The one dukkha is the physical dukkha. Everyone gets the physical dukkha. You can't do anything about it until you die, until you attain Nibbhana and die. Even after attaining Nibbhana, until you die, you still have the physical pain. But the mental pain is gone once you become Nibbhana. When you're enlightened, when you understand this 100% perfectly, then you become neutral. Everything is neutral. It doesn't affect your mind. What you see doesn't matter. What you hear doesn't matter. What you smell doesn't matter. What you taste doesn't matter. Well, taste and the body, gone.
So my question is, why does I think it's connected with this. Why does the Buddha then tell Arahata Nuhanses that they should also practice anicca, dukkha, anatta?
Yeah, I will come to that. Yeah. Okay. So I will come to why we need to practice first. Then I come to why does Arahata Nuhanse need to do the same, right?
I didn't know this.
Yeah. Well, they don't have to do it, but they do it. They don't see anything else as good anyway.
So they just think that's
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the happiness, real happiness you get from inside. You feel it when you do this. When you get to the dhyana, chatutta dhyana, suya, there is a real happiness. But the happiness we were looking was from outside, not the one that's from inside, not the inside happiness. Inner peace, they call it, right? In cartoon Kung Fu Panda, they say inner peace, inner peace. Yeah, it's the same thing. Not outside peace. There is no outside as peace as such or happiness as such. Inner peace is the real happiness, right? Yeah.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah,
I think
sure.
you explained with the cup, right?
Yeah.
Trying to fill
Yeah.
with through the senses. And Thero also gives the example of the
Yeah.
mirage. So I thought if
Yeah.
you go to a spring with a cup
Yeah.
and you fill it, at one point it's going to be full.
Uh-huh.
Like the cup today we poured in, it overflowed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But with the mirage you never get to that point.
Yes. Yeah, that's to do with the senses. The senses, the six senses, you cannot fulfill them. So with the eyes, no matter what you see, how much you see, because the thing is, it's enjoyed from your mind. The eye doesn't take it. The eye can't take it. It's just processing through the eyes. It's just a signal going through the eye. The eye doesn't take it. You're trying to fill something that doesn't have a bottom. It's a bottomless bucket. You're trying to fill it, but it goes through the eyes, it goes to the mind, and the mind processes it. Everything that you see, the mind processes it, not the eye. I cannot process it. The hearing, the ears can't process it. It sends a signal to the mind. Oh, that's that sound I heard 10 years ago. That's that song. The mind brings it back to the memories, goes back. Oh, that's that girl. That's that girl. See? Oh, the thoughts come, right? The eyes didn't do anything. It's the thought process. Picks up, oh, that's that person.
But
you understand?
You say fulfilling the eye, but I feel like I think I'm trying to fulfill the mind, but how can I fulfill the eye? The eye doesn't feel anything.
Yeah, but what we are trying to do is because of avidya, we are trying to fulfill the eyes. That's what we are trying to do. We think that we are filling the eyes. Okay, once you watch this movie, that's it, I'm gonna be happy. No, it will never happen because it doesn't fulfill. The mind is the one who's taking it, and there is no space. It's like a samudra, like the ocean. You cannot fulfill. Even the Thero said, you know why all the water that rains, all the rivers that flow into the sea, but it never fulfills. The same way, your six senses will never fulfill. That's the other understanding, which comes again with the same. It's the same concept in different views. And then when you understand, okay, you cannot fulfill this. This is the same exercise that we are trying to do. It's not whether you say it's we are trying to find happiness from outside, or we are trying to fulfill the six senses, it will never fulfill. So it's that process is in vain. It's a pointless process what we are doing. So it will only end up in worry, suffering, pain, because you have to do all this and you try to fulfill something that doesn't fulfill. You're trying to fill it. That's what you're trying to do. When you were a kid, maybe 5 years old, you studied and you did the O levels, maybe, I don't know what you call it, ordinary levels, and then you do the A levels, you go to the university, you study again, you get a good job, you think, okay, that's it, once you get the job, you're done. And you get a job, you work hard, and you earn money. You think, oh, I earn money, I buy a house, that's it. You buy a house, that's not it. You think, okay, I need to find a good woman. A good woman. You think that's it? Then you might think, well, you probably haven't come to that stage yet, but then you think, oh, I'll have kids, that would be good. You keep doing that, and you die again, you're born again, you do the same thing again and again and again, even if you are born as a person, as a man. Not that I'm saying you will be born as a man or a human, it could be an animal, we don't know. If you believe in reincarnation, whether you believe or not doesn't matter, but the suffering we are looking at is the suffering that we are suffering now is the problem. It's not about the next life or the previous life. We don't see that, so we don't need to go that far. But we are suffering now. We all are suffering. If we weren't suffering, you wouldn't come to gain happiness from this.
Yeah, it's like the moment you think that happiness is somewhere in the future, that moment you're vexing, then you're dissatisfied with then your mind state right now becomes suffering because you're separated from what you'd like.
Exactly, it's always in the future.
Yeah.
And then the future, you will never get to it, you will die before that. Right? If your happiness is in future, you are trying to get the happiness, you are trying to get the happiness, you never have got the happiness. Anyone who has happiness, who has achieved happiness, yes, Arihatun answer. You can't see him, no. The only person, he is happy. There's nothing to be sad about. He's not suffering. There's no suffering. We are attached, so we are suffering. You understand? You're coming back to the Four Noble Truths, dukkha, samudaya. So dukkha, the mental fabrication, that is the mental dukkha. The mental suffering is the dukkha that can be, that we can stop. You cannot stop any other physical pain until you're dead, right? So that's the first thing. So the samudaya is the reason for dukkha, the suffering. The reason for dukkha is the tanha, or the attachment.
Ignorance and avidya and tanha.
Tanha, avidya and tushna, but the tanha is the reason for dukkha. Because of the tanha is why the suffering is. Where there is no tanha, there is no suffering. Right? Dukkha hetu, dukkha nati kirima. How you get rid of this dukkha, and the marga, the path to Nibbhana.
What is how would you describe the third noble truth, the dukkha nirodha satya?
Dukkha nirodha satya is how you understanding that you need to get rid of this tanha. The first one is the suffering. The second one is the reason for suffering, the causes for suffering. Then third one is understanding that you have to get rid of this tanha in order to get rid of the suffering. And the fourth one is the marga, the path.
But I think inherent in the third truth is the happiness that comes with removing the causes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times this people think that, okay, but if I don't have any attachment, I won't be happy about anything, because they never experience the happiness that comes from a detached mind.
Yeah, the thing is, you have to understand the Dhamma in order to get to that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So once you listen to the Dhamma, when you understand the Dhamma, then that's when you get the real happiness. Okay, yeah, now I understand. This is the real happiness. That's coming from inside. where there is no, say for example, you had a headache. For example, you say you had a headache. Now someone is put some oil or something and giving a massage. Yeah? You feel so good, right? So now you don't have a headache, right? Now you say, if you want the same happiness, you will have to have the headache again. You understand? So if you don't have the headache, it's like, you don't have the suffering. That is the real happiness. Do you understand, or do you need a different example for that?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah.
And my question is now, if I don't have a headache and I get a massage, then it's still pleasurable. So why is that?
Exactly.
But I don't mean the physical. I mean the
it's more pleasurable. That's what I was coming into actually. I thought maybe you might get that feeling, so that's why I was asking whether I need to take a different example. But you feel much better when you have the headache than normal someone touching you.
Unless it's
that's
special
again
person.
fabricated, isn't it? Special person, you don't know.
Where is the suffering?
Say someone
where is
is
the headache in this?
someone is touching you
Yeah.
from behind. You don't know who it is.
Yeah.
So that pleasure will be there anyway.
Yeah.
That pleasure, because it's a physical thing. I'm talking about the mental thing. So the mental thing, you look around and it's a nice woman. Oh, the pleasure increased. And you see an old man, say for example, or someone, one of your enemies touching your head. It goes down. The pleasure decreases, right? It could be minus now. Yeah. So yeah, go on.
So, but there also needs to be an equivalent of the headache in the example of the beautiful woman. You know what I mean? Because Amadasana Thero, he always explains that you need vexation or you need pelima in order to relieve it.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So the pelima is the tanha that you put into it. You, because of the tanha, how much tanha you have, that is how much pelima you have.
Yeah, because
if there is no tanha, there won't be any pelima.
yeah,
What's the word for pelima?
Vexation.
Vexation.
Yes.
Yeah. So the vexation is equivalent to the tanha. Say for example, you see there is a white woman, say for example, from your country. Your pelima might be, your vexation might be more than mine. We might still both have the same, some kind of vexation, but doesn't mean it's the same towards both. So it depends on the tanha. The more tanha you have, the more vexation you have,
and
then the more relief.
Yeah.
Exactly. The more vexation you
That's
have.
mistaken for happiness.
Yeah. So exactly. So it's something that you created mentally, right? The vexation comes from inside you as well. You are the one who's created it. The Rahatan Vahanse doesn't have any vexation, right? Yeah.
And
so
the vexation comes because the moment you want something, happiness from the outside world, the moment the craving comes,
yes.
and you're attached, you are separated from it. Yes. So when I get the thought I want pizza,
Yeah.
right now I'm not experiencing pizza,
Yeah.
and so I'm vexing.
Yes.
And when I get the pizza, I relieve myself from the experience of being separated from what I like, and I get the mentally fabricated.
Until you get as much as you like.
Yeah.
And then you come to a certain level where it's gonna be a pain now.
Yeah.
It changes into a pain. Oh, that's it. I had enough. Yeah. So dukkha, samudaya, nirodha, marga. Marga is the Arya Ashtangika Marga, the eight noble truth, the eightfold path. Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, Samma Vacha, you heard that, And it comes to the last one is Samma Samadhi. You know Samma Samadhi, that is the last one. Samma Samadhi is defined as the Chaturthya Dhyana, the fourth Dhyana. So this eightfold path ends in Samma Samadhi.
Ends in 4 jhana.
Huh?
For jhana, it's always the end.
Fourth jhana is the Samma Samadhi.
Not necessarily, but so within Samma Samadhi, you think jhana is a part of Samma Samadhi. But let's say someone on the mundane path, before they got understand the anicca dukkha anatta,
Yeah.
before that is
Yeah.
sunken in.
You can still go to jhana.
Yeah, but
But he's not going with the anicca dukkha anatta. So when he's going without the anicca dukkha anatta, doesn't mean he's gonna fulfill he's not going to become an arahat. But this, the what's it called, the noble levels like sotapanna, sakodagami, anagami, arahat, and the jhana are two different things. Yeah, it's not the same thing. This jhana, they will help. If you have attained sotapanna, or if you get the right understanding, shall I say, then if you go in the dhyana and you go to the chaturthya dhyana, once you are there, you can do the vidarshana in order for you to understand more and more.
Sorry, what's
In depth. Vidarshana means it's like something, there is an understanding that you have at the moment, but when you go to the dhyana, to the fourth dhyana, and you
contemplation is more effective.
Yeah, so you think about it, and then you get a detailed explanation from yourself.
So you can ask sort of questions like that.
Yeah, you can ask questions from yourself, and you will get the answers from yourself. You wouldn't realize. You would realize, how do I know these answers? I've done it myself when I went to the third dhyana, and I have done vidarshana from the third.
These are abhina powers, basically.
Because your prajnava awakes when you have shut down all the others. Because when you are in the kama bhumya, where we're not in a jhana, you're in a normal state, your prajnava is not opened. It's closed with all the senses and the delusions and everything. You cannot see properly.
What is opened? What is not open?
The prajnava, the intelligence, panya.
Yeah,
So it's like it's wrapped with so many dirt, shall I say? Yeah, it's a lot of things that is covering it. Once you go to the jhana, it will be opened and it will be clearer, and you will get from your prajna, you can contemplate and you can understand much more. And then you do the vidarshana, and when you come back from the jhana to the normal world, you still see those things correctly.
Oh, yeah, so it's like you get sort of a laser focus, and you can burn things off permanently.
Some of them you can burn permanently. Not everything goes straight away. Yeah. But when you come back, say for example, you got that understanding. Now your understanding becomes stronger. Now you say something. Oh, yeah, that doesn't give me pleasure, but you still have it. I'm not saying it will go forever. Coffee, please. 1 sugar. You want something?
No.
Coffee? One more. Prashanta, dekak. Pras, 2 please. 1 sugar? No sugar. 1 for no sugar, 1 with sugar, please. So when you go to the jhana and when you do the vidarshana is the contemplating, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you think about it, and then you go deeper into that, and then you will understand more and more. And then when you come to the world, say for example, you got angry in a very short period before this, but now you understand, it's not something to be angry about. What is the point of being angry? So you slowly change, and you face the reality in the proper way.
And the contemplation without jhana is just a slower path.
It is very, very difficult because it's covered. You can't do it. It's not you. I can't say you can't do it. There are people who have done it. You can. There are 5 ways of doing it. Okay, dhyana is one way. Yeah, the 5 ways is by listening to Dhamma. You can do it. By listening to Dhamma, you can attain Arihat straight away. There are
Especially in
Arihatan
Buddha
says.
times, right?
Exactly.
Just from
Now
listening.
it's very very hard. Exactly. And by saying like me, trying to explain things, when I am trying to explain, I need to pull back my memories, and then while trying to explain, I can go to a better state. So
that's
that
the
helps me.
benefit of sharing Dhamma.
Exactly. That's the second. The third and the fourth are the ones that we use. Saying karmasthana and thinking about karmasthana. So that's what we do. Saying karmasthana and thinking about karmasthana.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the third and fourth. The fifth one is the anyatara cheto vimukti. That is after understanding the Dhamma, the Chaturarya Satya, Avidya, Trishna, and the Four Noble Truths. Now you can use like the breath, thinking about the breathing. You can concentrate on breathing and go to the Chaturthya Dhyana. That way you can do it as well. You can go to the Chaturthya Dhyana by concentrating on something. Say there are.
But that's only Anarya Dhyana, isn't it?
That is an Anari Dhyana. But you can go to Chaturthya Dhyana using an Anari Dhyana.
Yeah.
But after you have become a noble person, it doesn't matter. Because when you go to the Chaturthya Dhyana, once you're there, you can still go back and think about Anicca Dukkha Anatta.
Oh, okay. So
thank you.
If karmasthana is not effective, you can just use whatever meditation.
That's exactly what the Hamudru was saying. In the break, you can use that if that's more effective. But the thing is, you should know the basics in order to do that. You need to become a noble person before you start doing the Anari Dhyana thing.
Okay.
Before you concentrate on because most of the people, they have practiced this Anari Dhyana in the Sansara.
So if I'm a Putakchana and if I'm not an Arya, and I practice here, for example, then if I would go to an Arya Dhyana, it would not help me to become a Sotapanna. But if I would work with the Karmasthana, it might help me.
I'll give you an example. I struggled. Last year, I reached some kind of a dhyana, right? Same building on the third day. But then after that, every time I sat down, I was looking for those symptoms, Preeti, Sukha and the light. Nothing happened to me. Yeah? For 9 consecutive days after that, I meditated, nothing whatsoever happened. Then I reached probably first dhyana at home, right? Several times. I kept practicing it for about 6 months, then sort of it deteriorated. Yeah, with time, obviously, when you don't do something or when you don't do things properly. And then I struggled here the first day. But yesterday, I haven't said this to Thero yet. Yesterday when Thero said
during the break, use the Anicca
Cheto Vimukti, where you look at your breath, not the breath.
Ulam Bhavana, Aswasa Praswasa.
Yeah.
You know
the way I was keep
breathing in and breathing out.
In and out.
Yeah.
Meaningfully.
Yeah, concentrating
I was
on
concentrating
that,
on the breath. Yeah.
When you say meaningfully, what is that?
No, I was concentrating on it.
Yeah, not meaningfully, as in meaningfully.
Just pure focus, like one point.
Exactly.
Not a point. You focus on the process, not on a point.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Process, yeah.
So I was thinking, air is going in, air is coming out.
Yeah.
That's all I did, right? And for the first time after a long time, I went straight to first dhyana, and then I started getting the Preeti and Sukha, and I even started getting light. If not for that, I would have still struggled.
The reason for that might be because in Sansara we have been doing this Anari Dhyana for a long time, because that's why we are still here.
In this
We haven't
life,
attained
I've
Nibbhana.
not done Anari Bhavana at all.
So you pull in the Vipaka for that.
So, yesterday when I heard that, and when Thero explained what to do, it came naturally. And I swear on anyone's life, the first bhavana I've ever done was with Abbe Thero in France. That was last year. Prior to that, I've never been. Maybe I would have done. We went to the same school, so maybe at assembly or something we must have done some kind of, but not noting how you breathe or anything like that. It was Maitri Bhavana. So that the vipaka came or whatever, the aura came back from samsara. I know for that, for sure. I haven't even said this to Tero yet.
This is very helpful for me because when I do the karmasthana, like I can get a bit of light and a little bit of sukha.
Yeah.
But I will just gradually become more and more sleepy, and then I lose the focus, and I start dreaming.
Because
Actually,
there's nothing for you
same
to
problem.
focus. That's why, because you probably don't understand the real thing what the Tero is saying at the moment.
No.
Not that. You have the English version.
I already Sotapanna.
Yeah.
This is I'm very sure of.
Yeah.
And I can get the when I contemplate, the moment I start contemplating, I can get the cooling down.
Yeah.
But just that in meditation, just like it
deteriorates.
My ability
Deteriorates.
just deteriorates.
Tell you what.
But if I keep body awareness,
Then you can.
and I just relax the body, and I can get a lot more sukha and even a little dizziness, and more light comes, and I don't become sleepy.
Yeah.
Shall I tell you a trick? Have a cup of tea just before you start meditating. That'll get rid of your sleepiness, and at the same time, when you feel sleepy, just turn your head left, right, up, down. Keep doing it. It'll wake you up.
I do that as well, actually. Yeah, just move a little bit, and now you can focus on your the breathing in and out. Then it will keep you, and it will take you to sukha, priti sukha, and then you're there. Once you're there, once you go to Chaturtya Dhyana, come back to Anicca Dukkha Anatta.
That's good to hear, because we all had an understanding that
it wasn't
the breath
practiced
work was not
until yesterday.
Yesterday was the first time
It was
Tero
the first
mentioned
time,
that.
yeah.
Because there are people in the same situation. Yeah? So...
Maybe Tero was saw his inside.
And the funny thing was,
Yeah.
when I went back there, he told me, didn't I tell you it's working? I don't know, Malli වැඩ කරනව නේද? වැඩ නෝ නේද?
He understands.
He can, when he sees someone,
Yeah, he
he
knows.
knows whether he's reached dhyana or not.
He
So
can-
when I went there, he said, it's working for you, isn't it? I don't know what he meant. Yeah, he must have said, okay, you have achieved a dhyana today, or he might have said that breathing technique is working. I don't know. I didn't.
Maybe just notice the difference in your aura.
Yeah, he must have
Yeah.
noticed it.
So some people can see the aura.
Yeah, Tero.
Yeah.
You cannot see it if someone is Sotapanna or not, right?
No,
No, the aura
Only
you can
Buddha,
see.
right?
only Buddha can
Yeah,
do
only
it.
Buddha can see.
Sorry, I haven't met you before.
Michael, nice to meet you.
Michael.
Michael. Okay, you won Doodle, weren't you? You wrote your name on Doodle count.
Yes.
Yes, I remember. I'm Prasanta.
Okay.
Yeah. My name is Axel.
Axel. So you came to Stansted today, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you two are Lucas, both.
I'm Lucas, and there's Maximilian.
No, I'm also Lucas. Just kidding. I'm Maximilian. Hi.
There was another Lucas
Ah.
on Doodle. I don't know. I haven't seen him.
That's
It's supposed to be on the program, another one. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, like I asked, if
Yeah.
somebody is a Pratyaksha and he does this,
Yeah.
he will, if he goes to an Arya Dhyana, he will cannot progress to Sotapanna. It's useless for him.
Yeah, he can go up.
Not-
He can become Chaturtya Dhyana. He can go to the fourth Dhyana,
Yes.
but he cannot become Sotapanna
Right.
with
So-
that.
So it would be better for him to focus on the Karmasthana. Or
Let me tell you give you an example.
Mhm.
Tero, before he became a monk, he had reached
Fourth Dhyana,
Anarya,
Anarya.
right? When he heard this Dhamma, when he became Sotapanna, within hours or within minutes, I don't know, he reached fourth Dhyana. But at that time, he was Sotapanna, right?
That was his experience different?
That's what he
Yeah.
said. That's all I know.
No, the experience is the same
it's the same.
experience. You get to
Yeah.
the same level. In the level, there's no difference. But the thing is, once you go there, if you're Sotapanna, you can do vidarshana. You can contemplate on the anicca dukkha anatta that you already know. Otherwise, you would, when you come back, you would feel difference. Oh, I've got this. Now you put a value to it. Oh,
Yeah.
I've achieved this.
Yeah.
That's
a good
it.
example from that is
Yeah.
Devadatta from
Mhm.
Buddha times.
Yeah. Devadatta,
he was not an Arya, and
Yeah.
he reached
Exactly.
for Dhyana, and,
Yeah.
and he still did. He heard the Buddha, and
Yeah,
so he was
exactly.
because he didn't understand. he
now you
was not
think of
Sotapanna.
what can I do using
Yeah,
this,
yeah, you could
the
fly
bad
and
things.
whatever.
Exactly, yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah.
If you are
It's a big
not
problem.
Arya and you get something, that's you use it for
Yeah.
bad things.
No, the thing is, if you go to the fourth dhyana, and if you're an Arya, there's nothing to focus on after that, isn't it? Whereas if you're an Arya, you know about Anicca Dukkha Anatta, and you can focus on Nibbhana. You will know how good Nibbhana is then, can't you?
The more you contemplate on it, the more understanding you get into, and then when you come back into the normal world you live, and then you get rid of most of the suffering little by little, and then you walk the path slowly, and then you get to Nibbhana. That's how you go. So Anicca Dukkha Anatta, Anicca is the bottomless bucket scenario which we explained before, so you understand that it's never fulfilling, you cannot fulfill it, and it's the happiness is not outside, it's a mentally fabricated thing.
And even if it's the way you like right now, you cannot maintain it.
No, you can maintain a little bit of
Yeah,
it,
a little bit, but
but
in the
you
long
have to do a lot of things to maintain.
yeah, which
Yeah.
in itself is a suffering.
Exactly, so that's called the karma. You have to keep on doing karma
Yeah.
to maintain it. So say for example you want to keep this car, say for example this car is yours and you want to keep it polished and clean at all times, so you'd have to stay there wiping the car every day, polishing it every day. That way you can keep it for a
Specific period
few
of time,
years,
yeah.
maybe 1 year, that's it.
Then after that it deteriorates.
Yeah,
Anyway.
That is
That
Viparinama
was
Dukkha.
Viparinama
what I
Dukkha.
meant.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
Like still, if you maintain it, it still won't work.
It won't work, exactly, yeah. It's a lot of work,
Lot of
a lot of
effort.
hard work for nothing, really. So that's why you say,
Viparina.
Sankara Asara. Sankara. You do a lot of Sankara for nothing at the end.
Lot
That's
of
why you
effort,
say
nothing.
Yeah.
Rupa, Rupa Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, Vijnana.
Yeah.
Everything is Sankara is what you keep doing that to
Yeah.
maintain it.
That's the mental fabrication bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just explained there. Just explained it, but in Sinhalese.
Yeah. Go on.
I have one question about the five aggregates, because I know a little different explanation, and here it was given that the Vedana of an object is of this cup, that the cup is still, or if it's moving, the cup is moving, and that is the Vedana that was given to me. So could you
Vedana.
maybe
Vedana,
explain
yeah.
the five aggregates
Vima-
briefly?
Vima
Vima
Dhanano.
Dhanano, yeah.
So
So
what?
that this is happening, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So that is a Vedana.
yeah. The
To
yeah,
your eye, this is moving, ain't it? Yeah. That's a Vedana.
yeah,
So this is stationary. This is kept here. An empty cup is kept here. Yeah,
You
it's
s-
stationary.
yeah.
That's the Vedana. Got it?
I think so.
The sign of a cup. That's the sanya.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. You
Oh,
get
it's
the
a
sign.
white cup,
Yeah.
250 ml cup.
Rupa is the color combination you see.
Yeah,
Kind
the
of thing.
sense impression.
Yeah.
The pure sense impression.
Yeah, with a picture.
Rupa, Vedana, Sanya. Then Sankara, Vijnana.
What was Sanya? Sanya? What was Sanya?
Sanya is the signal that you get by seeing it.
Yeah. So,
That-
Signal.
for
the-
example, when I say the word bottle to you,
Yeah.
it comes to you as sound, and
But I see this.
immediately when you
Visualize
just-
a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because let's just
That's the
sound in this
sign,
case,
yeah.
just when me speaking, I say bottle, and immediately when you hear that, you get the sign. You get the image of a bottle.
Yeah.
This is inherent, and when you similarly when you see a visual object, you identify what it is. You understand it. This is a cup, and this is
Alright, so that's
this is
Sanya.
immediate when you see it.
Yeah.
It's like okay, it's like you don't need to think that this is a cup to understand that it's a cup. You see
Yeah.
the visual form, and it's like it's inherent.
So
in
once
that,
you see all the Rupa Vedana Sanya, Sankara is getting them all together,
and Vijnana is
and
what you.
Vijnana is the end result. Or you
create it in
identify
your
it
mind.
as a cup. Right? So the process of getting all the signals together, Rupa Vedana Sanya, is Sankhara,
Yeah.
where you mentally fabricate what it is. And the Vijnana is, this is a cup.
Okay, so like Rupa, Vedana,
Sanya.
Sanya, Sankhara,
Vijnana.
Vijnana. But Sanya, you said that Sanya was like you understand that this is a cup just from seeing it. But the last thing, Vedana, no, that's not Vedana.
Rupa Vedana Sanya.
No,
Sankhara.
number 5. What's
Vijnana.
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 Vijnana you
Vijnana.
created in your mind.
Alright, so it's like a Vijnana of a cup, then that's not that I understand that it's a cup, but
Vijnana is like the whole experience that you have.
yeah.
So you got to remember, this happens in a split second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm asking like the difference between Sanya and Vedana, or not Vedana, Vijnana.
Right.
Yeah.
Sanya is, you know this is a cup.
Yeah.
You have seen a cup before. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 And then it gives a signal for the Sankhara.
You know, collecting the Rupa, Vedana, Sanya
Right.
into together, making it together is the Sankhara bit. So you taking everything as a whole thing and taking it to your mind and thinking the thought is the Vijnana.
Oh, the thought, like the actual thought in the head.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but that Vijnana,
No, I'm thinking of a way to put it. Looking at it, go on, you carry on.
yeah. So the Vijnana, what we do is normally what happens is Vijnana is this is the Rupa Vedana Sanya Sankhara. Vijnana is the මොකක්ද ඒකට කියන්නේ පංචස්කන්ධය.
5 aggregates.
Yeah, the 5 aggregates. But Pancha Upadanaskandhya is not just the 5. That's with the icing that you put on top of it.
With Raga.
Right.
Raga,
Yeah,
Dvesha or Moha.
Oh, Avidya Tushna.
Avidya. Sorry, Avidya.
So you take it in a different way. You don't see just this as a neutral cup,
Yeah, but
but you
that's
see
in
that's
Vedana,
my
right?
cup.
No,
yeah,
not
no.
just Vedana. It's
It's in all 5.
yeah.
Okay.
Rupa Upadanaskandha, Vedana Upadanaskandha.
And
So you
Vedana
have
is like the feeling I have about the cup, right?
no the
Okay.
Rupa Vedana,
I was curious. So,
stationary.
but how is movement Vedana? Can you explain this? How is things being stationary a Vedana?
Vedana is the feel that you get by seeing it. So the feel that you get is that's the feel that you get. Oh, this is a moving thing, kind of thing. It's there, kind of thing. It's very hard
Whatever
to
is
explain in
happening
English, to be honest. වීම දනනවනවා කියන එක කොහොමද
A
කියන්නේ?
flying object or something.
That you get.
Yeah, but if you see a flying object,
How does Amadasana Hamaduru describe it? Do you know? How does Amadasana Hamaduru describe it?
I don't remember how Amadasana describes it.
Yeah.
But
Let us get back to you on those, yeah? Because this we need to tell you the exact words. So we probably don't know the English words for it.
Yeah.
So we don't want to give you the wrong impression.
Okay.
So we'll come back on that. Rupa Vedana Sanya Sankara Vijnana, we'll come back on that, right? Just leave it for the moment.
Yeah.
Just
Because
park that question.
That's fine. We don't know.
Now, we just can't explain it.
Yeah. In Sinhala we can, but then you're not going to understand. But it's harder in English because it might not give the same impression. Sorry, you are going to ask something?
Oh, I was going to talk about Sankara, but I think we
Yeah.
addressed, and also Christian. I asked him if he has a question.
Mm-hmm.
So can I read it?
Yeah, of course.
So he said, just ask the best way or focal points they use to get into this dhyana, or it's automatic, or if it's automatic, what they are doing with their mind, what they are not doing.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
good.
Simple. Panchanivarna.
Mm-hmm.
Does he know what Panchanivarna is?
No, I don't think
but
they
I
know.
think it's best if you explain it to the other person.
Yeah, how you get to dhyana, right? I will not use the Panchanivan, I'll just say in a simple way that I understand, right? So, what you need to do when you are there, right? You need to be focusing on Nibbhana. Yeah? You know what Nibbhana is? If you know the Gini as in the fire, the burning, if you understand the burning, you should know the opposite, which is Nibbhana.
The cooling down.
The cooling down. So once before you heard this Dhamma, you were burning. Now you have cooled down to a certain level. You're not cooled down as Arihatan once said. We are on the way to that. But you have cooled down to a certain level. So that cooling down is the Nibbhana you achieved. Right? That's the Nibbhana you achieved. That's not the ultimate Nibbhana. You are on the way to Nibbhana. Right? So when you are sitting down, when you are doing the meditation, you are cooled down. Otherwise you'll be doing Raga, Dvesha, Moha activities in your life, right? You'll be
thinking of something.
You'll be working, you'll be with your girlfriend, or you'll be with your family. That's all Raga, Dvesha, Moha, that's burning most of the time, right? Even Raga is burning. You were talking about Pelima, right? Pelima is burning, right? So Raga is burning. Yeah. So Raga is burning, Dvesha is burning, Moha is burning. So when you are not doing the meditation, you are in Raga, Dvesha, Moha. You are in the Kama Bhumya. Kama Bhumi is the normal life that we do.
Worldly life.
Huh?
Worldly
Life, exactly. So there you are burning most of the time. So now you're not burning, you're cooled down. You're doing meditation. Now you think about the Nibbhana there. That's the cooling down. Wow. So you get what you need to do is you need to get the feeling. It's not the words, it's not the meaning of the words, it's the feeling you get. The feel of Nibbhana. So you need to feel, if I wasn't here, I would be burning. Now I am here doing meditation. So if I am enjoying here, you're getting the inner peace, you're getting the inner happiness, not from outside, not from the senses, but from inside, you're getting real happiness. You're not doing anything to achieve that. You're just doing nothing really, right? Are you with me? You're not doing anything, right? Sankhara is doing things. You have to do a lot of things. In the real worldly life, you have to do things to gain happiness. You try to watch a movie or you need to do things to get the happiness, but here you're not really doing anything.
But you get happiness.
From inside. So how good is this? And you get the feeling. That feeling becomes the happiness. The happiness comes from inside. This is the real happiness.
That is called Dutta Nibbhana as well.
Dutta Nibbhana, that is what you saw. The Nibbhana that you saw. Dutta Nibbhana. Okay? Now you think about it. Now with the pleasure, with the happiness comes the sukha. Happiness get to a certain level becomes sukha. The sukha you feel into your body. From your body you feel the sukha, but it's again inside, not anyone touching or massaging outside kind of sukha.
Yeah.
It comes from inside.
It generates
from the heart. It starts with the happiness, and then you have felt happiness and sukha, right? So then you know. So that's how. Now you concentrate on the same thing. You just think about the Nibbhana, nothing else. Yeah, Nibbhana is not a place. Nibbhana is the happiness. Nibbhana is the raga kshaya, as in no raga. Where there is no raga, there is Nibbhana. Where there is no dvesha, there is Nibbhana. Where there is no moha, there is Nibbhana.
So you focus on the feeling of that happiness that you have,
And
not necessarily contemplating it.
No, not necessarily. You are.
I mean, not contemplating about anything.
You are feeling you're getting the feel of the coolness that you were talking about.
Because inherent in the feeling of the coolness is the understanding.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Without the understanding, you wouldn't feel that. You wouldn't get that. You wouldn't go there. So what you're doing is from the karmasthana, different karmasthana. There are different karmasthana for different people, because some people get the feeling with certain karmasthana. He gets the sukha and preeti from a different karmasthana than to mine, because he's come a different way. I have come a different way. I enjoy the raga in a different way. He enjoys the raga in a different way. So different people get the feeling. One karmasthana will go, oh, this is the karmasthana. Then you will feel it. The whole body will feel it, and you feel like going up slowly, like pumping up and going up. This is
And
the
it takes
sukha.
out it takes out blockages.
Yes,
It's
yes.
like your body has to.
Yeah, first
It's going to
the
twist
first
and-
few days you might get some
Yeah.
pains and aches and everything, but after some, have you done tapping? Do you know about tapping?
No.
You shared it, right? Like the
The morning,
Marian
they sent
thing?
in the morning.
Yeah. I'm the one who shared it. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, but he shared it to me.
Okay, so do tapping before you come, because if you have body pains and aches, it's good to do tapping, and then leave it for about half an hour, because you might even sweat after the tapping. Tapping is not really exercise, but it is more than exercise, really, because it gets rid of the black
Activates us.
rays
Well,
from
And
your
it's the
So-
same
body. Yeah.
So all the time, whenever I focus on the Nibbhana,
Hmm.
for me it's always accessible. But the more I get into it,
Yeah.
the more heaviness I feel in my face and top of my head. Is this what you clear with the tapping?
Yes, sometimes, yeah, you have a lot of because in the samsara and in this life we have been doing raga desha moha activities, so we have been collecting black rays in. Yeah, so all these have to go out. You have to, what you are doing is you are cleansing the mind, at the same time you need to cleanse the body. Yeah, so this is the body cleansing process, is the tapping. Yeah, because when you're just cleansing the mind, the body is reacting. This is something wrong. Your mind and the body is too different.
Or
Is
like
Do you understand?
all the bad stuff that you had in your body?
Yeah,
as a manifestation
they are
of-
reacting to it. Yeah, what
Yeah.
the hell is going
or
here?
releasing. It's like because your mind has been defiled for so long, your
Yeah.
body has been defiled for a certain
Yeah.
long. Your mind stops being defiled,
Yeah.
and all the defilement in your body starts releasing.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, it comes out in different ways. Sweat. It could be tears. That's one reason why you get a lot of tears. Some people run to the toilet. Yeah. So different ways, but you get them out. So tapping is a good way to do it, and then you get rid of the pains and aches after 4-5 days. When you do that, but
it's when I go home then.
Oh.
After the first day.
so yeah, but it depends. Sometimes you might get rid of it in a couple of days. We don't know. It depends again. Say some people go to dhyana on the first day.
yeah.
Some people go to chaturthi dhyana in 2-3 days.
There's a gentleman who's attended 90 sessions. 90.
And he's still not.
reached, Yeah.
Who is that? His uncle.
Oh yes.
So it depends on the person.
Yeah, I don't think he's understood the Dhamma in the first place.
Oh
but-
really? Have you had a chat with him?
Yeah, because when you talk with someone, you can understand if he's understood the principles or not. Anicca dukkha anatta, a person who's understood the anicca dukkha anatta and a person who's not understood, it's like sky and the floor, right? It's up and down, it's two opposite sides. So you can understand if a person, not understand 100%, but you can get an idea if he's understood or not. You can't say he's sotapanna or not. Only he can say, or the Buddha can say, but you can get an idea. Yeah, I don't think he has any idea, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe that's why you can't go in.
Yeah, but
to
that's
that.
not.
We don't. That's not a problem for us anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My question is about we have the three that Thero mentions:
Uh-huh.
lustful attachment, hateful, raga, dvesha, and moha.
Moha.
But how can we describe
Moha.
delusional
Yeah,
attachment?
very
How
confused.
can we describe this?
Moha.
How can we notice it in ourselves?
That's the thing. The dvesha
You know.
is very, very clear. You can easily understand dvesha. Raga is not as clear as dvesha, because raga is inside. It could be a slight likeness you have. You don't even feel like you like it, but inside you have it. So it's not clear.
They're very subtle.
Yeah, ඒකට මොකද්ද කියන්නේ මේ මහා සාවද්‍යයි අල්ප සාවද්‍යයි ප්‍රහීනය කරන්න ලේසියි. But dvesha, it can
Dvesha, you realize that you have dvesha. Yeah, when you get if you see something and if it generates anger,
Burns.
you know almost instantaneously. So you could get rid of it easily. But raga, you can't get rid of it that easily.
like the Dvesha. It's not
Yeah.
as easy as
As
Dvesha.
Dvesha, you realize it immediately, and you can get rid of it if you want.
Don't touch this because his heart might be going like, oh my god, my Dvesha is jumping out.
Yeah. So that's the problem with raga.
Yeah. So the moha is similar to raga. It's very difficult to understand. It's hard to understand, but when the moha, there are levels of moha.
Just explain it. Yeah, go on.
The worst bit of moha is where you are taken down to the satrapaya. So that's gone. Once you realize the Dhamma, that moha is gone.
That wrong views kind of.
The wrong views kind of moha
Yeah.
bit is, you get rid of that moha bit once you attain Sotapanna or once you understand the Dhamma. Anicca Dukkha
So
Anatta.
an example of that kind of moha is believing that getting angry at someone is a useful thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be part of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's a
Basically,
part of it.
Yeah.
not knowing anicca dukkha anatta
Yeah.
And
is
yeah.
that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are like called Dasavastuka Mithya Dushti. There are 10 things that are opposite to Sammaditthi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 10 Michaditti.
The 10
That-
Mithya Ditti, yeah.
Yeah.
Those 10, if you are believing in those 10, that you are filled with moha, basically.
Then
And
you can get these wrong.
you will definitely go to the
සක්කාදිස්ස
Satrapaya.
සීලබ්බද පරාමාස කියන්නේ දස සංයෝජන ධර්ම.
ඒකෙන් තුන. ඔව්.
ඒකේ තුනනේ. Yeah. So ඒ
ඒක
තුනනේ
නෙමෙයි.
සෝතාපන්න
ඔව්,
වෙනකොට
සෝතාපන්න.
ඔව්. ඒ කියන්නේ
Datavastuka Mithya Dushti කියන්නේ අර you go to the hell straight away.
Alright, yeah.
There is no
Okay.
doubt. If you know the 10 Mithya Ditti will take you to the hell straight
Straight
away.
away.
There is no doubt.
killing your mom, killing your dad.
No, that's the Anantara.
The Anantariya Papa Karma, that's believing that there is no dad,
dad.
no mom,
Alright, yes.
Not
kind
special,
of thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we know about the 10 movies.
Yeah.
yeah. So those are, yeah.
So Micchaditi is one of the Dasha Akusala.
Yeah.
Mithya Ditti, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. One of the,
And what we talked about now is the Micchaditi.
Yeah.
yeah, Dasavastuka
the,
Mithya Ditti, the
Mother is
10
not special, father
was.
is not special.
Yeah, that's the one, exactly.
Oh,
I don't
but-
think
Yeah.
like just believing in them will not get you to hell straight
No.
away.
No, you
The
believing,
actions you
yeah.
take from them, right?
Yeah, believing in, as in not, you're confidently believing. You know, like we believe in something. When you understand the Dhamma, you know Anicca Dukkha Anatta, you know it. So in that way, it's engraved into you, and you are thinking this is it. The 10 Mithya Dutti. If you're taking it that way, it will take you down. Yes.
But like, I have friends that are like believing in the materialistic view, so they have a lot of the Micchaditti there,
Yeah.
but they are still like good people. So I don't think they.
No,
would
they
go-
won't go to
yeah,
hell.
Yeah. So
You can't say
You
that.
can't say, but they have a chance of going to
Yeah,
hell.
yeah, I know.
It
they
depends
have
on the
chance,
Chuttisita
but it's
as
not.
well, isn't it?
It's not like believing in the Micchaditti doesn't. It's not that like. It just makes you have the possibility of doing those wrong actions.
It's what I understand is actually if you are with the Mithya Dutti, the Dasavastuka Mithya Dutti, it will definitely take you to hell. That's what my understanding is. I can get back to you on that if
Yeah, I
you
would
need.
like to know that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm interested.
I asked this question from Prasad. Ask him again. Ask this question from Prasad.
Yeah.
He gave me a different explanation.
Okay. I will have to come back on that. I don't take my word yet, but that's what I believe, because I understand that once somebody was saying, "Oh, these people they don't kill any animals. They don't steal anything, but they don't behave badly. You know, the karma mityachare." But the problem they have is the reason for them to go to the hell is the mithya ditti bit.
Yeah.
So that will take them to the hells.
So Buddha
unfortunately.
has taught there was Nigantas. Have you
Yeah,
heard
exactly.
of them? There was Nigantas who never did kill animals, lied, or had other women or anything, but they believed that by refraining from them, they will go to heaven.
Exactly.
They believe that by refraining from all those, they will go to hell. But Buddha said, if they have that belief, even though they haven't done any of them, they'll go to hell.
Okay, so basically, when you live your life according to that belief, when the way you perceive and the way you work in the world is based in that delusion,
Yes.
then all your actions is covered by delusion.
Yes.
So even though you may do good deeds, it's covered with delusion. So it has.
I think you've got that.
Exactly.
right.
Your answer is exactly
Perfect.
correct.
That's exactly the delusional attachment.
Yes.
So my understanding is that,
Okay.
don't blame me for picking on you, right? He'll be a wonderful person. He won't do anything bad, but he doesn't believe in Dhamma or
anything bad according to the worldly beliefs.
He lives a normal life. But the next person thinks, doing all these panchakama, lying, stealing and all that is bad. If I do it, I'll go to hell. Right? He believes that. And you don't know about it, you just live a normal life. So you will not go to hell.
Yeah.
But that man might go.
If he's in
That's
the
my
strong belief that if
By
you
doing-
don't do it, you won't go to hell. If you do it, you will go to hell. That belief will take him to the hell. That belief is the wrong view, that the mithya ditti.
That is called mithya drishti.
Yeah. So if you're not worried about it, if you're not in that view, it's fine. So your friends might not be in that view in a strong way.
Yeah, well, I just realized something. That if you have the belief that everyone that does these things will go to hell, then you will like think of the people, like if you see someone lying, you will be like in your head, oh, then that person will go to hell.
Yes.
Yeah, and that might be very negative for you.
Yeah, but he might go to hell. He's guessing, he might end up in hell. Doesn't mean that he's in that strong view. Yeah, so he might not be into that mithya ditti. I don't know how you fall into, to be honest, I don't know how you fall into this mithya ditti category. How strong you have to believe in that thing, I don't know. But whoever understands the Dhamma will not be in the mithya ditti section anyway.
Yeah,
They
you have
won't
to become Sotapanna. You have to
be
get rid of the
exactly
mithya
away
ditti.
from the mithya ditti. Yeah.
But after Sotapanna, you still have, then you remove strong moha, but what kind of moha is left?
Moha, there is a siv moha, the light moha. Until you become arihat, there is a bit of moha.
And
That's the avidya bit.
Okay, that's only what you'd call avidya.
Yeah, that's what's left.
So the moha before that is like a strong form of ignorance.
So
Yes.
Like an Islamist who is thinks that if he killed disbelievers, he will go to
hell.
he will go to heaven, and he goes to hell.
So-
for
Yeah.
But
At Sotapanna,
Exactly. Yeah.
part of it goes off. At
Yeah.
Sakradagami, another part of
Another
it
part
goes.
goes. Yeah.
So let's say you have 100% moha,
Yeah.
25% goes off there, 40% goes off at Sakradagami,
Yeah.
80% goes off at Anagami, and 100% goes off at. That's my understanding.
the same with lust and greed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but just to add on the mechanism why I'm having wrong views and being firmly established in them and then holding on to that delusion
Yeah.
creates bad karma for yourself. Because, so if I understand it correctly, so reality works according to certain principles. If you believe in things that are not according to how reality and mind works,
Yeah.
then you have delusion, and this will create a blue aura. Yes. And
Yeah.
so you will constantly be creating a blue aura,
Yeah.
which is a demerit. It creates a papa karma.
Yeah. It will be a papa karma. It will not just be the blue. It will be blue, red, yellow
Yeah.
as well, and it will become black.
Yeah.
Red, yellow, and blue will become black eventually, and it will be so strong black, you'll end up in hell.
Yeah, the thoughts they create come out to
That's
even if
how
you don't
the
take actions.
the spirits, in the hells are created that way, I guess. Yeah, the strong black auras.
So what?
So this is why the wrong views are so detrimental, because as long as you hold it, you're constantly creating the
And they
hurt for
become
yourself.
stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the same thing. Once you become Sotapanna, you get the right view, and now everything you see, you will get stronger on the right view. You see the anicca, everything you see. Oh, yeah, this is anicca. It's not going to fulfill me. That's what comes to your mind automatically, because now you know the truth. You have tested, you have tried. You don't believe straight away, but you try it. Oh, does it fulfill it? Let's see. You do certain things. You're not going to stop everything. You still eat. You will still see movies. You go to a musical show. I don't know. You'll enjoy. Yeah, you're not going to stop enjoying your life. You will still enjoy. Sotapanna doesn't mean everything is stopped. Yeah, it's the Amadasana Hamdu says this. I think he does. The ditya is gone. The drishtiya is gone. But the sanya chitta is still there.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Vipallasa.
Yeah.
So you
Dutti Vipallasa is not there, but the sanya and chitta is still there. So the sanya, the sign, still comes as nicca. Might be good. Only in the bottom of your heart you know it's not going to fulfill. End of the day is another suffering I am adding. But you might feel a little bit of happiness I still get by going behind a woman. I get that. That's how it is. We have to be honest. First thing you need to do you need to be honest to yourself. You don't have to be honest
You don't
to
need to
everyone.
kid yourself.
Yeah, because there's no point. You're trying to overreact to or overact. Oh, this is like, it's no point being walking like Arahant.
Yeah. That way you create a bit of dvesha as well within you.
Yeah, because you're trying to stop
Yeah.
what's coming into you. No. I have to be like this now because I
That
have
creates more
Sotapanna.
dvesha. I know that.
I did this with somebody I was mad at, and then I wrote her some form of apology, and I was like pretending to be, what would I do if I was like
Yeah.
So and then afterwards I was like, oh, what did I do? I'm mad. I'm not. I
Yeah.
cannot be
Do
not
this.
mad.
Yeah, exactly. If you're mad, you're mad. What comes out of you is what you are. It's no point trying to kid yourself, like I said. It's no
Exactly.
point trying to act in a different way.
Enlightenment,
You have realized what you have realized is there with
Is
you.
there.
It's not going to go away. You know, it's the truth is it's not
The way you
fulfilling.
feel about things, you can't stop until you
Yeah.
become an arihat.
So what you do is go to the Chaturtha Dhyana, and when you contemplate again and again and again, that's when you realize more and more, and then you calm down a bit more. But you still get angry until you get to Anagami. You will have Kama Raga Patiga. Kama Raga is attachment with Kama and Raga. And then Patiga. Patiga is getting angry, not
Very like
light.
minute irritation.
Yeah,
say.
but it's not in a way that it will take you to the
cannot get
Satarapaya,
higher, yeah.
not to the hills. But it will still irritate you. Yeah, you will be irritating. Well, you will get irritated still. Once you become Anagami, that's when everything shuts down to do with Kama, Raga and Patiga. But still, you're not Arahan. You still have Kama, Raga, Patiga, Ruparaga, Mana, Uddacha, Avidya. So Mana you still want to be on top of
You
others.
still have a bit of pride.
Oh, there's still
pride.
at
Yeah.
Anagam. Wow.
You still have a little bit of show off, maybe. I don't know how much. I don't know. I can't explain. I don't know that
Oh,
much.
wow.
Yeah,
It goes deep.
yeah.
Like
So-
spiritual pride
yeah,
also.
yeah.
It's also
The pride is one of them. Yeah, it goes at the end. So it's no point trying to hide pride now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
one can recognize it within oneself.
Huh?
It's still important to have sati about it and
Yeah,
see
exactly.
through it.
Exactly, yeah. And then see through it and see, was I pride about it? What's the point in being
Yeah, yeah.
pride?
Use anicca, that it's not something
Exactly,
you can
yeah.
have and keep
What's the
and-
point in
yeah.
trying to be smarter than others? What am I trying to do?
Yeah.
That's what you need to realize.
What's-
That's what you need to see.
What end result do you want?
Exactly. What are you trying to be
Achieve, yeah.
in this world? What can you achieve? So that's what you need to be looking at. We're trying to show off. What am I trying to show off? Is there anything to show? Is there anything valuable?
You can become most famous pop star. You can
Exactly.
cure cancer, like everything you can do, but it's not.
Most famous in the worldly life, how the worldly people believe. It's not what the Arahatun wants to believe. It's something that's created. People create it mentally.
Mentally fabricated.
Yeah, again, you see, there are two cars. I'm proud to have that, not this. You are sick mentally.
You've given it a value.
Honestly, to be honest, yeah, you have some problem. Are you okay? You're mentally. What's the difference? The same thing. It takes you to somewhere, right? If we talk the truth, to Arahatun Wahanse,
It takes from A to B.
yeah, the same thing, the same result. If you can do the same thing with two different cars, it doesn't make a big difference. But we can't see it. We have a bit of delusion still. We still want to be, I like to go in that still. If I like.
Right. You can explain the layers of Sotapanna, Sakradagami, Anagami, and Arihat. So a Sotapanna person might want that car, might want to own it because it's comfortable, lovely, it's top of the range. But Anagami, Vastukama, Kleshakama,
Sakudagami
Sakradagami,
is Vastukama only. So the
Sotapanna
Sakuda-
would want it for all the comforts.
The Sotapanna person wouldn't do 6 things. Only 6 things. Anything else, there is a chance he can do, he might do. Not that he will do all the time. The Panchanantari Papa Karma, you know the 5 way?
Killing your mom, killing your dad.
And the 6th one
Killing
is
an arahant.
being a Niyata Mithya Dushtika. That is the Dasavastuka Mithya Dushti. You won't become one because he's Sotapanna. So those are the 6 things that
You won't become what?
All the 10 wrong views.
yeah. So you won't become one of them. So those are the 6 things that a Sotapanna wouldn't do. He would do anything else.
Yeah, he would want that car.
Yeah.
He would. It's natural. It comes to him.
The Sakudagami is the next level of Arya, the noble.
Was-
That person will still want that and want the comfort of that.
But he wouldn't want to buy it and keep it
Yeah.
for himself. That's
Vastukama is buying and keeping. Yeah.
Yeah.
He will still want to buy it and keep it. Yeah. But the Anagami person
will not
enjoy it, but he wouldn't want
it,
the
yeah,
physical
sorry,
thing. He's not worried about having it or not, but he still likes to enjoy it. The Klesha Kama.
Kleshakama. So Anagami person,
You have a question, sorry.
You're
No,
meaning Sakadagami, right?
Yeah.
When you say Anagami right now.
But Anagami wouldn't enjoy this because he has no Kamaraga.
Kama Raga and Kama are two different things. Kama Raga, Vastukama, Klesha Kama. Yeah, no, that's right. You're right.
So
yeah,
my first one was right.
Yeah.
Vastukama Tiyanava.
Kleshakama.
Sakadagami
Kleshakamane.
would still likes it, still enjoys it, but does not want to own it.
Own it.
Yes.
But Anagami has no liking for it whatsoever.
That's right.
And
Yeah, you're right.
obviously-
Yeah, that's right.
That's
yeah,
what I was- yeah.
he was right as well. I jumped in and that
Then
was
I got a bit confused as well. I
yeah,
went with your-
Vastukama and Klesha
Klesha
Kama.
Kama.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Did you get it? Yeah. Okay.
And then
He would rather enjoy Dhyana, the Anagami, and he would attach
Yes.
to that, right?
Exactly, yeah. That's the
So-
Sukha. He's after the Sukha.
Yeah. Anagami doesn't matter which car it is. He
Yeah.
just wants to go to from A to B.
Yeah.
I have one question that's a difference between, like for example, beautiful woman and an ugly woman.
Uh-huh.
I think there's something inherent in nature. You have like things like golden ratio, you know. That's when
Symmetry.
a symmetry and form and shape is a certain way. So there is an Aran will still see a difference between this is an symmetrical shape, so it's more
but
beautiful, but
who-
even
who,
will not
who,
attach.
who,
Right?
who is saying it should be symmetrical. Who decides it?
The mind.
Yeah, but I mean, how
Arahant
can I?
still recognizes beauty and ugliness, but
Yeah,
but
that's what
has
I mean.
does not see any happiness or sadness in any of them.
No, I don't think
you
so.
You still
You
know
look at
a
the picture and
flower
well,
as a beautiful flower, but but that's just a sanya.
Sanya,
Yeah,
as just a sanya.
But it
whether-
wouldn't have any.
How can you see beauty and the ugly?
It's
You'll
the
see
same
it as
way
a flower,
yeah,
not
you
as
see-
a beautiful.
How can you see a
But
beauty?
you have flower and you also have different kinds of what you define as a flower. Like
So you're comparing. Arihatu Nuance doesn't compare.
yeah, but
To him, it's a flower.
yeah, it's a
Or
flower.
her. That's it.
But he doesn't see. Let me think about it. Of course, if you see a flower
The
that's
taste,
almost dead,
Arihatu Nuance, the taste there is a difference. When it's salty, he knows he can feel it, that it's salty.
Yeah, so
he
he
knows
rather
it's
has a sweet.
spicy.
Then, like I said, like a rotten egg. Eat a rotten egg
He
or
will
a normal
he
one.
will know the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he
the
will
feel,
that
the
was what I
physical, yeah, but not the sight. There is with the sight, the hearing. Hearing there is a limit. You know, there is if it's a loud noise and a light noise, the difference, yeah, is there. ප්‍රසාද් දෙපට කතා කරන්න අර ප්‍රශ්නේ තියන්න බුණා.
මොකද ප්‍රශ්නේ?
අර ඉස්සෙල්ලා තිබුණේ ප්‍රශ්නේ. ඔව් ආපුවම ප්‍රසාද්.
I think what you're referring to is like he will still recognize if a face is like the traditional sense beautiful or not. Like he's not like mentally retarded because of this.
That's what
Yeah.
I
And
Yeah,
if-
that-
yeah,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
yeah.
That's
So like,
right.
he knows
yeah.
if other
But that's
people will
in
find
sound
with
too.
person beautiful or not.
Yeah.
But he doesn't
Yes.
have his own judgment. put on
Yes.
yeah, exactly. This
What
is-
was the question that I had before? I said I will confirm. Oh yeah, that's one thing.
and
About
also
the 10
Panchakanda.
පංචස්කන්ධයක් තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ඊට කලින් දසවස්තුක මිත්‍යා දෘෂ්ටි යේ ඉන්න කෙනෙක් අනිවාර්යෙන් සතර අපාගත වෙනවනේ. නේද? ඒක මේ කොහොමද දසවස්තුක මිත්‍යා දෘෂ්ටි ඉන්න කෙනෙක් කියන එක තීරණය වෙන්නේ? How do you know whether that person is මිත්‍යා දෘෂ්ටික? How do you recognize? Sorry. If that person is he believes one of those one of the mithya dristika mavik ne piek ne what are the 10 you know
Mother is not a special person. Father is
Yeah.
not a special person. There is no.
dane anisansa
Yeah,
natti
there's no benefit in
dinna
giving.
yeah
There is.
natti sukata dukkhanam kammanam pala
There's no spontaneous births.
Yeah. So those ones. So
Yeah.
if someone is believing it, or how do you recognize a mithya dristika person?
මෙයාගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ මිත්‍යා දෘෂ්ටික මිනිහෙක් සතර අපාගත වෙන්නවා කියන්නේ මොකද?
අනිවාර්යෙන් වෙනවනේ.
දසවස්තුක මිත්‍යා දෘෂ්ටි අනිවාර්ය සතර අපාගත
වෙනවා කියලා තියෙනවා. අන්න ඒකයි.
බිලිව් එකක් විතරයි. ඉතින් එහාට බෞද්ධිකව අපිට ඔප්පු කරන්න බෑනේ.
Yeah, what he's saying is you can't prove but it's in the Tripitaka. It's Buddha has mentioned that if you are in the Dasavastuka Mithya Dృష్టి, you will end up in hell. So that's the only thing. But how much you have to believe, I don't know. Because sometimes some people, they doubt it. They think, yeah, I don't think it will. Dani. They have some friends. Yeah. English in Canada.
So he's a human being. He doesn't do any
wrong.
bad things. He doesn't lie. He doesn't drink. He doesn't steal or anything. But then he doesn't believe. No, he.
What he believes is, yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, let's say he's like a normal Westerner with a materialistic mindset that believes that when you die, that's it.
That's
and,
it.
There's like the reason why you do deeds is just doing deeds, and if you do good deeds, that's nice, but there's no benefit beyond that.
Okay,
sort of.
gotcha.
My answer, the way I think about this is, so either you believe or not. If this drink has cyanide or poison, whether you believe it or not,
You still
you die or what do you
die
think?
anyway.
Yeah.
You die anyway. So
So-
there is that concept applying to this
So
10
other-
things
his
as
other
well.
question was: there's so many people around, nice people around.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they definitely go to hell?
No. Buddha doesn't say from karma, the result of karma, you will definitely
End up
in a hell.
But there's a chance.
Because at Buddha's time, Angulimala,
Yeah.
so he was killing humans. How many?
But he became an arahant though.
Yeah.
Well, let's say
Yeah,
if you don't
so
become
when-
an Arya.
Yeah.
If you don't become an Arya. what
Okay, so when you become when you enter the first stream enterer, there are Sotapanna. So there are 3 things. So one of the things are Sakkaya Ditti,
Vicikicca,
Vicikicca,
Sila
Silapasa,
Paramasa.
Varamasa. So when that person understand what he was doing, or the way of this world, like the reason and result situation,
Yeah.
so then all that 10 things will basically get out of his mind.
Go upside
So-
down, basically.
So
You
then he
become
becomes
samadhi.
aware of the reason and result process.
Yeah.
So once you are aware of the result and result process, the way your mind generates, or the chetana will completely change.
Yeah.
Then
So
because
what kind
that
of aura you emit is completely or
yeah.
Different.
In that way also, but it is easy to understand. The way you fabricate your mind completely changes.
Yeah.
So you don't get any mind fabrication that will end up you in a hell.
Yeah.
So in that way, I think it is easier, rather than thinking why when someone has the 10 things you
Yeah.
guys were talking about, that they will definitely end up in hell. I mean, it's there is a part of Dhamma. So Buddha says this is a universal truth.
Or
So because it's I think it is a little bit complicated as well. There are Westerners who believe in giving will actually give when
When
you
they die,
give to
they-
someone,
They believe in karma. Some of them believe in karma. Some of them they don't
Yeah.
believe in karma. So there are people.
and when they give, actually they have a happy feeling.
Yeah.
Although they were not thinking about that, but actually they have tendency to give and help
Yeah.
people. So actually they don't have that 10 things.
yes.
And that 10, if a person has all those 10, the concept,
Mityaditti.
yeah, Mityaditti, it's an extreme case basically.
Yeah. So the way I was thinking about it is that if you hold the wrong views,
Yeah.
and the way you see reality, the way you believe everything works, and the way you conduct yourself is based in those beliefs,
Yeah.
then the chetana, the sort of mental factors you generate,
Yeah.
is such that you always, with every act you do, there's always a delusional aura coming out,
Yeah.
and such there will always be a papakama energy always being generated, and even though you might, and so the statement that you will definitely end up in the apayas,
Yeah.
meaning that you may get an existence in a heaven if you have if the next best karma seed you have is for that,
Yeah.
but eventually you're going to end up in a paya.
Yeah.
It's not like you will
Definitely.
yeah,
right
yeah.
away, but
Yeah.
eventually, no matter what.
Yeah, no. So
Is-
Buddha
is this
says
the way?
apaya is the known. It's like our house. Before becoming sotapanna, for all the beings, apaya is like our house.
That's
or
where
the
we've
best known
been
place.
the most.
Mouse.
Yeah.
Most
We just
So-
come here with a visa, being a human.
for a
It's
very
like
short time.
A short
Yeah.
visa, like a visiting visa. We got.
Yeah, like
So being Sotapan is like getting the permanent resident
Yeah.
visa.
So yeah.
Yeah. So the main aim is actually to understand and try to gain the first, try to become a first stream enterer or sotapanna. So I think my thinking is it might be better to focus on that
rather than worrying
rather
about the
than
Mithya Drishtya.
thinking all the categories of Mithya Ditti.
Yeah.
Because in a way that's Buddha's knowledge, and he might be the only one
Who knows and who can prove it.
Yeah, who knows how to explain everything, like, because Buddha has 6 jnanas that any other
No one
disciples
else has,
has. So one of them is anavarna jnana. So the way of he's the one actually understand the whole Dhamma. That's anavarna. It's like opening the Dhamma to all the other people. So from that jnana, he understand the concept and say the preaching. So yeah, that's my thinking.
Yeah, so we can
Yeah.
know for sure.
Yeah, but there is a way to understand some of these things. If you manage to develop the jhanas,
Yeah.
and once you go into the 4th jhana,
And then contemplate
and
this.
if you still have this same
Problems,
problem,
you
you
can
can
focus on the problem.
determine to get
And
an answer.
You get the answer yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So that there's a way to get an answer. And also when you go to, if you have if your the meritorial deeds are
Good
high,
enough. Yeah.
punya karma,
Yeah.
if you can go to the 5, 6, 7 akasanyayatana, viññānañcāyatana,
Oh yeah, the formless.
yeah, on those stages you will understand the formation of aura, or the Satara Mahabhuta Nama Rupa. So when you go into one of those states, then you can get the understanding how some of these things
process works.
generate.
Okay, so but before that, it's sort of pointless to speculate.
Yeah, in a way, maybe best to concentrate on understanding about the asada, adinava, nisarana,
Yeah.
More
because
and
that
concentrate
will
more
get
on
you
that.
jump this hurdle. Once you jump the hurdle, then you can
Yeah.
because there's this situation, the Arahat Sariputta,
It was the Arahant who wanted to kill himself. Was it?
No. He wanted to find out Araloke is
Mughal-
there an end to the universe.
Mughal
That one.
Yeah, he
Yes.
wanted to go to the end.
End
of the
and find out an end, which is, I mean, he's an Arahanta, but he was thinking he might be able to find out. But Buddha said no, it's you don't you won't be able to find that, because it's a subject that only a Buddha understand. But in Buddhism, it doesn't mean that you can't do this. Then if you want to find out, there is a way, then you have to determine to be a Buddha, which is another path. That's how Buddha, because Buddha says once he had this he one day he determined to become a Buddha, and then from that day until his Buddhahood, his own Buddhahood, he passed 500,000 500,000 to 1,200
28.
512 or 28.
28 many Buddhas. He passed that many Buddhahoods.
So our Lord Buddha went in front of a Buddha and expressed his wish to become a Buddha. That was 512,028 Buddhas ago. So imagine the
But
time.
time-wise, it is much bigger.
Yeah.
So
let's not worry about that.
Yeah.
You just need to attend Nibbhana.
because if you ask the question, how many Buddhas were there at past,
We
it's
can't- we
infinite.
don't know.
The answer is
Nobody
infinite.
else knows. Just only
Infinite.
Buddhas knows that.
And how many beings are in the world? It's again infinite, because that's again another topic under that 6 categories.
Categories
Where
only
we
which
won't understand.
Sattva
a Buddha
Vishya.
will understand.
Yeah.
Will be able to explain. So you don't need to dig deep.
The next question we had was, which they weren't clear about, was Vedana Sanyas. How can you describe Vedana Sanya in a way that they can understand?
So
Very
yeah,
Simple.
I'll attend maybe. So Vedana is Sukha, Dukkha, Adukkama Sukha. So pleasurable,
immeasurable.
impressionable,
But
and
the problem
then
we had was
neutral.
the cup. We'll
Neutral.
There you can make පංචස්කන්ධය ගැන මේ කියන්නේ.
Panchaskandha.
Oh.
Vima dana vima.
Yeah. So
This is Vedana, isn't it? Vima dana vima.
now Therow describes this in two ways. Reason being, so you know chitta.
Yeah.
Chitta is Arambana Vijnana Lakkana Chitrang in Pali.
First
That means
stage.
there is you get the you will get you will be well, let's say you were sleeping and suddenly when you wake up you see something. Then you are aware and your mind is focused towards the input that comes from the eye. And if you hear something, then there was a blast or a horn or something, then your mind is more focused towards the input coming from your ear.
Only is where
One at a time.
Yeah,
one at a time.
It's like and then it sort of creates the illusion that it's all happening at once.
Yeah. මටත් මේක මූවින් එක ගැන මටත් තියෙනවා. ඒක නෙමෙයි මටත් වේදනාව එකෙන් ඉතේරින්නේ. So it's like you are aware that something is happening. That's what he's trying to say, that this
that
is
is Vedana. And inherent in that's the either pleasurable, neutral, or unpleasurable. When you
So the three categories are the
Those.
categories you said.
So
සංඥා ඊට පස්සේ.
so with the sort of the registration that okay something is happening, sort of that sort of like
Then your mind get focused into that and start to say this is vision, so it's coming from your eye. You will be focused into chetana about that. So you will be building
Can you
a picture
continue?
about
I
what
have
it
to
is.
ask questions.
So
Therow.
from all the six senses, you can say Vedana is what you choose to register out of all that you're taking in.
No, that's සංඛාර.
Or
No, that I think that there is a stage before that as well.
okay,
So maybe I can explain it in. So we have the 6 inputs, right? You know the 6 inputs.
yeah.
Then there are 24 pratyas. Did you heard the term pratya?
No.
So that's called that it is a very deep one in Buddhism. I don't understand the whole thing,
It's
but
the
I know
reasons and the effects. So,
in your mind it prioritizes one sensor.
Yeah.
So say in that case vision get prioritized, and then you understand in the vision factor, or from the vision there's something happening. So that's one way of saying about Vedana.
Okay.
So there's something happening, so you are aware. So it could be still. This is again Vedana. So it lets you know that you are focused to the vision, your eye, and through eye you see that there is something happening in this ayatana.
Yeah, okay.
And then with that, when you sankara, when you build your mind about this, then you will be going into, so you understand now this is this color, and you'll get this is the depth and everything. Once you pick all the information in your mind, from your mind, when the manadhamma process starts, then only you get see they are going. then you will get that because mana has 3 things. Mana, the mind has what's that? The all these 3 vedana.
Oh yeah.
So in that stage, that's you are talking about sapa, dukha, or neutral feeling.
Upeka.
So about this, you get that, from those 3, one of them as vipaka.
Okay, but this you also call the Vedana.
Not
these 3.
this.
No, but these 3. The pleasurable, neutral, and the unpleasurable. That is also in the Vedana.
Yeah.
So the registration and the either pleasurable, neutral, or unpleasurable. Those are both Vedana.
Yeah, in a way, the first Vedana, the registration, the one you're saying, we can ignore that because that happens, and
that's like Abhidhamma.
because if you go into say from eye, it is easy. From nose, it's so difficult to understand that registration part, and from even hearing, it's difficult to understand. and then mana dhamma, just mind on his own, it's impossible to understand. So it's easier to go in like you see. So when you see this, first you have the 6 senses. This is like a rotating dial, and suddenly, so this is the vision one. You get priority to this one. So one at a time. So you give priority to this, and then the eye will open up, and you get the you start doing the chitta process for this. So in Pali, do you know Pali as well? Are you aware of the terms?
Yeah.
So it says chakkuncha paticcha rupecha uppajjati chitta. So in the normal process is chakkuncha paticcha rupecha uppajjati chakku viññānaṁ tinna sangati passo. But that's the keles process. In that process, the mind is already with the keles, the Ragadesha Moha. But there is the pure mind process. So in the pure mind state, the very first start of that thought is chakkuncha paticca rupecha uppajjati chitta. And chitta forms in 9 stages. Chitta, mano, manasang, hadayang, pandarang, manang, manatanang. There's a big process. And then that hands, so it's like in our terms, the eye will pick, the pixels will go into a memory location. So this, say in our terms, you take a picture and it goes into a memory location. So it's a different set of colors. And then from the mind has an ability that it can pick all this at once. Because if you think about it, when you see this color, you can't be seeing this color because it's one at a time. This is very easy to understand from hearing. So if I say, what's your name?
Axel.
Axel. So how many letters or how many sounds?
I'll
take a easier name maybe for me, because I'm not familiar with your name maybe. Say bottle. I have to divide it into the sound. So bottle. Yeah, we can divide into few sounds. So when you hear bow, so say first you hear the bow and till, say two sounds, as in 2 sounds. So when you hear the bow and then you hear till, where is bow part? Where is that sound? Where is that? That's already in a memory location, that's already past. Because at the present moment you can have only one at a time. There's only one you can take in. So what happens is you get
like sound is like this,
Exactly.
and you register this, and it goes and you take it all at once.
Yes. So you first take bow and it goes into a memory location in the mind, and then till, and it goes into another location. But mind has the ability to process everything together. Then mind reads this together, and mind has the ability to process atita, anagata, vartamana, the present moment and the past and the future. So then you process all that once. That's where you compare everything and understand. So you will understand about the depth and with the contrast difference and color difference, width and things like that. And then you will compare with your memory, past memories, and you understand, oh, this is a cup. You get, because you already seen cups and everything.
Yeah, because if it was the first time you've seen a cup, you'll be like, what the hell is that?
You understand that there is something, but you don't know what it is.
Into your mind, and next time you see a cup, you know it's a cup. So that's how we've come this way.
So mind gathers all of that, and from that, once he gathered this and identified this, first process is identifying it, and then secondarily you will have the Vedana about this, because once without identifying you can't have a Vedana, because you don't know about that. So then you will have a Vedana about this, that's Sapa, the
pleasurable or
the neutral.
So
if it is a Vipaka, Sapa or pleasurable, then because it's a happy feeling about this is easy to talk in terms of like if there is a friend, or your mother.
Yeah, because of past memories.
Yeah. So you will immediately
yeah.
get a happy feeling about your mother as from vipaka.
Mm.
But say your mom, did something bad happened with you at past, and you are angry about mom, then it's dukkha vipaka.
Mm.
So from vipaka it gives that, and with that vipaka we can attach with again we can attach from raga, or we can attach with dvesha,
Hateful.
or we can attach with neutrally as well.
Yeah. How does neutral attachment work?
You just like
It happens
notice it, but then you don't. feel
That's
anything.
that's a good question. I understand the concept. It's I need to think about that to explain to you in English terms, because
It's like when you see it neutrally, but you still have avidya about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still have.
Is still there. You
Yeah.
haven't got rid of the moha in full, so you still have avidya.
Yeah.
about
So
it. Yeah.
it would be like seeing a neutral object,
Yeah.
but then having the assumption that somehow there's still pleasurable object and there's still negative object.
It's like
yeah.
you think the neutrality will last on this,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
but actually the neutrality won't last. It changes
Yeah. Or
as
that,
well. So
might
when it
become
changes,
pleasurable.
yeah,
Oh, hatred.
yeah.
Or that the
when it
neutrality
changes,
is inherent in the object, you could say. Or
no,
No, that would be
that
wrong, that would be wrong.
inherent one we pass that stage, and then we
Yeah.
go into the secondary stage, the upadana stage, where you get attached with happily attached, or the lustful attached, or pleasurable attachment, or hatefully attached, or neutrally.
Okay.
So but any of these can change, so then you get the viparinama as a part of viparinama. Yeah.
When you say that you experience an object and you get the Vedana, either the pleasurable or the negative, and you say that this is a vipaka. In this case, what do you mean as a vipaka?
Vipaka means so for the I, by default, this is again we have to get from Buddha's thing. There is no way for us to check this. So for the I, just the first step is always neutral. So for the I, the vision, the things are neutral.
Yeah.
And then once it passed on to the mind process, where it can process the past and the present moment and the future together. Do you understand that it can process future? Because it's again easily understandable
like-
in way when something happens. Say there is a clock's moving hand.
Or like a ball coming towards you.
Yeah,
you understand where it's going to land.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. When you see there's a plane going in and maybe there's a cloud, but you can predict that it is going this way and might
It's
appear
gonna
from
come out,
this place.
Hmm.
So the mind can actually process that from the information it processes at the present moment, because it's not a single frame. It's mind process millions of things at
It's
a
like
time.
a computer, effectively.
So Buddha hasn't even given a example for the speed of mind. For other things, he's given examples like the time period we call kalpa. Kalpa. So he's saying it's similar to a 7-mile cube granite stone. A 7-mile cube granite stone. And once every 100 years, someone comes with a cloth and wipe it and goes away.
By the time Kalpa's finished, it'll be gone.
Yeah.
The granite.
But the granite will, eventually the granite will disappear from that wiping, but still you are within the period called kalpa.
That's
not
how
end.
long it is.
But it is defined, but the speed
this
of
is
mind
still
not defined,
It's
because when he becomes Buddha, at that moment he has seen the karma vipakas of all the beings that were there, in this universe, or maybe the dasasahasi lokadhatu. There's this, not the whole universe as such. I think there are sections.
This
That's how he sees
10,000
the
fold world
past and
system.
future
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah. So but that happens in a fraction of a time. So that's how, because when mind becomes pure and pure and pure, you can, it's like all the things happen in slow motion type of thing. So that's why we can actually become enlightened, because so we have the pure mind section, and then we have the abhisankara starts, and then that process goes on and on and on. So with this understanding anicca, what we do is, so pure mind is there up to here, and from here the amount of raga desha moha section we try to reduce with the sammaditthi. So sammaditthi kicks in and it cuts it half, and sammaditthi kicks in, it cuts it even less and less and less, and then one day you will end up in just with the pure mind. That's arahata.
It's like a rotating fan. When it's moving, you can't see anything. It slows down slowly.
Then you can see there are this many blades rotating.
You can see clearly.
So the same similar process, and then you end up with the pure mind.
See.
Like a hamster wheel.
And so this is also why we have to gradually start with the things that have the most burning. Like we have to start with the dvesha.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what goes first.
And it is easier to identify. It is easier to identify, and the other thing is it will give more bad results if you keep on going with the hatred.
Yeah, because
so
hatred
and we all know,
down to the lowest.
like you guys, because of your skin color, when you get angry, people can see because you goes red a bit. I mean, even for us, we that happens. We have seen people do that. But when the skin color is light, when people are angry, you can see they are red. Because in aura terms, there is from the Suddhastaka, so red part varna, red is color. That is more. So more aura is accumulated with red.
More red aura particle.
Yeah.
Burning.
Yeah.
Fire.
Shuddhastika is the aura particle.
The bottom.
Yeah.
Hell,
Suddhastika.
Not like.
So that's
animal
easily understood, I think.
Just a question: is all this made of Shuddhastika?
Yes.
All material things.
So it's a combination of this. So in this, the hardness is more prominent, but this has all four: Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. The hardness, the quality of a gas, and quality of flowing, and the quality of the heat.
The temperature kind of thing.
Like if we burn it, like if we apply more heat, what happens to this? This start to burn, and some section of this thing will go mix with air and goes out.
So what four things does that? You mean the fire, the wind, and the
the hardness.
Yes.
That's the
And the quality. Patavi is hardness,
Then Apo.
and you can call it as earth, but it is because they get earth because earth is
Hard.
basically hard.
Yeah.
And the quality of flowing, the liquids has a
Liquid
falling
water,
flowing quality.
cohesiveness also.
It's
Maybe that's the word, I don't know. My English is terrible.
uh,
And then the quality of air, the air flows, the flow, and then heat. But it's together. It's like it's in a ratio. In this the
Different
hardness
ratios.
is more prominent.
But don't they say that air is moving and the water is?
But
Where is the
air
difference?
would be the
So
gas.
air is like
The gas.
when the particles, the terms we know, the particles are more far apart. So Suddhastakas are not gathered together
in physical
likewise.
terms. Physical
Just as an example to understand that.
Yeah. So the closer it is, it's Patavi, the
Hard,
hard.
rough.
okay.
Did I at the end confuse
my
you?
question was just that all these material things, they are made of Shuddhastika, which was created by the aura,
Yeah.
or created by the mind and emitted as the aura. Is this correct?
Made it as, so when we think, we emit Suddhastaka,
Yeah.
and then over time when they accumulate and get together,
Yeah.
then how this world is formed.
Yes.
But this happens through a very long time. In
Yes.
Kalpa's terms, that
Okay,
7 mile cube
Like
terms, it happens a long time. So, and this comes from, so when the world destroys, this Prithvi destroys the Milky Way or the whole galaxy destroys, the beings go into this higher Brahmaloka, Abhasara, the story, right?
Yes.
And some of the hells, the creatures in the hells get transferred into far distant hells.
Yeah, and
Holiday.
Yeah. But then the Brahmas, when their merit decays, they started thinking about, we wish if there is, hard things for us, like to taste and to touch and so and so. So they started to gain these feelings or the Chetana. So when they do Chetana, then all that aura or the Suddhastaka that emit from their mind, they continuously emit that, and then with time it accumulates and the world forms. But you can't go to a starting point. This is so if this is the line, we can start from this. We can't talk about where is the beginning, because it's a circle.
It's a cycle.
Yeah,
This
so
goes
you
again and
you
again.
start from a place and then you start explaining.
Then I understand that, because I saw the aura as the creation of matter, and then some of the explanations weren't as clear as I'd like them.
And that's why recently they've done some experiments. Scientists done experiment in this halide collider, the one in Europe.
Yeah.
So they, as I heard, I didn't read this paper. As I heard, they emptied a chamber, so it doesn't have any matter. So it's vacuum state, isn't it? Is it vacuum?
Yeah, vacuum.
Without air or any particle, and then they applied heat. And what happens inside the chamber? Matter forms, because for scientists, heat is heat. But for in real terms, heat is again Suddhastaka. In heat, the quality of heat is more prominent.
Oh, okay. You mean
So when you apply heat, there is no way that you can give heat without Patavi all four.
Oh, okay.
You are giving all four anyway.
So,
It's
but-
just the ratio is different.
Yeah, when you say they gave heat, they probably sent electromagnetic wave.
I don't know actually.
Yeah, because you
what
can't apply
happened
heat
then.
to like.
Yeah.
Because you have to. Heat is like vibrational particles.
Yeah.
So you have to. Send
Yeah, but
energy, and
yeah,
like a
so then-
electromagnetic wave.
Yeah,
But
it's like microwaves,
Yeah. But but electromagnetic wave is also Suddhastaka.
That's a good question. The monk was explaining about this today as well. Now there is a state called so once you go to the fourth dhyana and go to akasanyayatana vijnananchayatana, so akasa means another state. So the world we know is made out of Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, and those are like 4 dimensions. But in Buddhism there are 6 dimensions, 2 more. So that's one is akasa and the other one is vijnana. And by linking these 2, that's when the Suddhastaka creates. That process I don't understand. I just understand this word. I know I don't understand the whole concept. Because to understand, actually you need to go into this akasa dhyana stage
And see
and
for yourself.
vijnana. So I haven't done that. I wish I have done, but still I can't. And so this akasa state in science terms, they are talking about this medium called ether. So in space, we know that the wave patterns can travel, or the electromagnetic waves, but there is no particles. So for sound, you need particles to travel, isn't it? Sound is
Vibration.
yeah, but electromagnetic waves, I think it doesn't need that sort of a particle, but it has a medium.
Yeah.
That medium is that medium can't be discovered by science, because science is still in the
Primitive.
yeah, it is primitive and it can't, because the Suddhastaka is the smallest particle. How can you develop some equipment to identify the smallest particle?
Yeah.
So that's impossible. And then that small particle is generated by the other the akasa and vijnana state. then that's even impossible.
Yeah, because
But
yeah.
that doesn't mean you can't understand that, because from wisdom, and once you actually go to that state, from mind you can, because
can
mind is
understand,
the most
yeah.
powerful tool.
You probably can't prove it to the science.
Yeah, but you don't need to prove to others. It's about proving to yourself. And if all of us went to that state, we all know, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, okay.
No, I mean, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Then there's no dispute.
Yeah, I know.
Now if I try to say I haven't been there, you haven't been there, and it is much more complex.
I see now.
Yeah.
Because at Buddha's times there were spiritual creatures, and Buddha wasn't explaining because no one else saw
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But
there were-
when there was another monk who saw it, Sariputta.
So he has evidence that
Moggallana saw a bunch of Peeters
Exactly.
at Vulture Mountain, Vulture Peak.
it.
exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Then that's
So
when he
no
started
one else,
talking about it.
no one else seen this one. Although people have, you know, this extrasensory perception, and everything, they can't see, because that's the way it works. Because some things, you don't grab everything.
So actually we're going in opposite directions. The mind is trying to experience the coarse things, so we get all the senses, so we get that, and with the science we're trying to move in the other direction.
No, science
discovering.
now science understand
Get
that
to find
there are other stages, because for scientists and for doctors, they experience this out of body. They have out of body experiences during accidents, when they have surgeries and things. They experience this, so they know, even though science can't explain this, there is something like this happen because I experienced that. You know, the scientists themselves say. So they try to understand that, and I think that's how this ether medium comes in.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of scientists don't believe in this. But let's get to things that are more relevant to our path.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
about Asa, the Adino Nissarana.
yeah, I was wondering, what are your tips? So can you read the question from Christian again? So you can give your. This is regarding jhana and how and what things you cultivate, what things you focus on. So
Feels like I came at just the right time.
Yeah. Okay. So Christian asked.
Just the first part. The second is a response to another message.
What's the first part?
I just read. Okay, so he asked, just ask the best way or focal points they use to get into this dhyana, or it's automatic, or is it automatic, etc. What they are doing with their mind, what they are not doing.
Yeah. So how do we know this? Your friend has sammaditthi. Does he know Asa, the Adino Nissarana?
Yes.
He knows.
He's the one who's kind of teaching.
like-
Okay.
He's the teacher.
So then there is a sutta called මොකද්ද ඕගතරණ.
Yeah.
So now this is you have to see this broadly. So Buddha explains that he has to cross
A border.
what's that?
A border.
A border. Yeah, yeah, he has to say cross a desert. But this is difficult again. It's like a desert, but it's not necessarily a desert. Say, and he says he crossed that without
without any focus as such, and without
it's like without
Trying
focusing on the actual, so the deserts
just like
could
easy.
have desert. When I tell you, we have to cross a desert,
Yeah.
although you even haven't gone there, you have seen in the internet and news that desert is a hard place. And you can get this many things, you can get killed, you can get lost and everything. So the idea is you don't concentrate on any of those, and just don't base your mind on those the predictions or the things that you heard. You just cross it.
You just do the walking.
Yeah, something like that.
you just let yourself walk by concentrating on
The present.
the karmasthana or the nibbhana,
Yeah,
basically.
okay.
Yeah, so for the karmasthana terms, what he said. So you will. I was talking to him about this. So how do you? I have to ask a question from you to understand. So, what is Nibbhana? How do you see that?
So for me, it's this sort of, you can say, cooling down, but I like to describe it as like what I like to compare it as is like you have like a lake, and it's like a bunch of ripples all the time, like waves, and this is when you're always in Raga Desha Moha searching, and then once you see Anicca Dukkha Anatta, immediately as that, it sort of settles. It's like it becomes like this cool, this sort of serene, this and this calmness, this happiness comes from this.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the one way. So you saw that your mind was in Raga Desha Moha, which is unsettled state, and then now your state is settled because of the Anicca Dukkha Anatta understanding. Then you understood that before this I was like this, and I am calmed down now up to this stage by listening to Anicca Dukkha Anatta and understanding that. Then you extrapolate this, then you think about the end as well, like Arahat. So if I feel this calm and this good at this stage, what if I manage to complete the whole stages? What if what happens when I what might I feel when I achieve the Arahathood, the fourth stage? So that's even more. So you don't have it now, but you can relate to it because you are in one step. Say there is there are some steps and so in Sri Lanka we have Adam's Peak. You know Adam's Peak? You haven't heard of Adam's Peak? So it's a mountain. So it's a mountain, and at the top of the mountain you have some sort of gem or something like that. So someone explained to you that there is such a mountain like this, and this is really good, and so you might, when you go there you will get, say, rich, or you'll get everything you want or something like that. And then he explained to you the path. So go from here, go there, take this bus, get off from here, and then you'll see a shop like this, and from that, by that shop turn right, and so he explained to you everything, and then you will try to follow that, and he'll explain the path until the top of the mountain, but you will be aware of, or you will be certain when you actually follow the first steps, and at one stage you will start to see the tip of the mountain. Then once you see that, then you are certain, because now you can see the tip. There is no way, even though there is a big forest under, you have to go through a forest, still if you get lost you can come to this point and go towards that. There's no hidden paths. So it's a normal mountain. So when you see that tip, that's when it's related to, it's like you become Sotapanna. So you understood the Four Noble Truths, and you at that stage you know what to do. So you at that stage the mind starts from a pure state. Every time mind starts with a pure mind, and then eventually it goes into Raga Desha Moha, and what we need to do is just protect our mind in this
getting polluted, basically.
Without getting polluted. And that without getting polluted is that state is, you are not doing it like using you are not necessarily by heart, you are not trying to by heart,
you're not putting effort into it,
doing
it by
so
force.
The Raga Desha Moha process is actually we are doing, there's a lot of effort going into that.
That is where the force
is. Although we don't see it, we actually do it knowingly or purposely.
That's the exercise
so once
I
you
did. When I first started, I did an exercise. Think about, watch your mind, how you are the one who's processing this. kind of thing. So that's what he's talking about. You are the one who's putting effort, and doing the raga, dvesha, moha is the effort thing. Effortless is where the calmness is. That's where the Nibbhana is.
So when you understood that all the asada in this world is you feel that by mental fabrication process, the actual the external object or whatever the thing doesn't actually have that, it's in your mind, then you know that there is no point of going after raga desha moha or getting attached with raga desha moha. So with that understanding, this shortens up. So then you are trying to keep just the pure mind and not let it go, but it won't go because you have the wisdom. There's no point going into raga desha moha because that's a wasted process. So in when you do dhyanas, all these karmasthanas are saying the same thing. So it says how good is how much happiness you could have if you attain the full Nibbhana, enlightenment, and you compare, I have this much now, and how much can I have when I go there?
Oh yeah, no.
So that's one way of thinking about Nibbhana.
This is a lot of the what karmasthanas is. They're essentially pointing out all the drawbacks of raga desha moha and asada, and then emphasizing the pleasure and the
but it is not
it's
not necessarily
Nibbhana.
pleasure, the Nibbhana, because it's called niramisa. We can't explain the pleasure that is there in the Nibbhana state
it's not
from this pleasure we feel.
it's not gratification, it's it's a different kind.
Because you were burning with raga dvesha moha before you got to know this noble truths. You were burning, but now you have calmed down, you cooled down to a certain level with the help of the
It's
Dhamma.
like a house of fire and you're throwing water and it's cooling down a
Cooling
bit, but
down.
not all of it.
Not all of it, but now you can imagine how calm it would be if you
all the
hadn't got
fires
any
are
raga
gone.
dvesha moha. Now you can focus,
So that's
you can
the
think about
Nibbhana.
it. So that's what you're focusing on.
And there's a definition. Buddha has given a definition as well. That's ragakkayo nibbānaṁ, deshakkayo nibbānaṁ, mohakkayo nibbānaṁ. I think it is important if you can memorize this with an understanding, because the Buddha's word, the Buddha's these preachings, that Pali preachings comes. It has an energy as well. It has like some sort of a blessing type of thing,
And a healing power maybe.
So it has that contained into that. So that's why we use his own things, and first understand the what is ragakkaya, and then when you think about ragakkaya, you understand it as a feeling. Ragakkaya means you have the pure mind. We protect the pure mind without going into raga. And deshakka means you have the pure mind. We don't let the mind destroyed by dvesha. So that is raga desha, both, because desha comes as a secondary process. And mohakka means again you have the pure mind. You stop your mind spoiled by moha. So when you stop that, you are in the pure mind, and that's
You just maintain it.
you
without
just
letting the raga dvesha
But you
moha
don't have to.
Consume.
You don't
Once
put
you
effort
gain the
into
knowledge,
it, yeah.
once you gain the wisdom step by step, because we are talking about this arahatta, this pure mind, continuous pure mind is arahatta, which is difficult to say, but you get the concept, from examples. Once if these processes are stopped, you just left with the pure mind. So that's again Nibbhana, or the enlightenment.
Okay, but one question now: how do you recognize moha within yourself?
How do you recognize?
How do you recognize moha? 'Cause
moha.
You can see desha as a thought. You can see raga as a thought.
Yeah.
But when do you categorize a thought as moha?
Okay,
Or
so
what kind of mental factors does it have? What kind of
Yeah,
subjective
yeah.
experience is it to have moha in one's mind?
okay, so moha is a difficult one. Say so before becoming enlightened or sotapanna, the first stream enterer, he thinks there are asadas in this world, and you can get pleasure out of these worldly things. And at first stream enter a Sotapanna state, you understand the concept. Actually, this is a mind-made process, and from this mind-made asada, we try to gain that which is in our mind from these objects or from these things in the outside world, but it is not there. But it doesn't mean you will stop trying to do that, because that's why you have seven more things. So Sakkaya Ditthi, Vicikiccha, Silabbata Paramasa. So those are the three you
get rid of when
you Sotapanna. And then you have Kamaraga, Patiga. Patiga means the hatred, a form of hatred. Not a very deep form, but it is a form of hatred.
Irritation.
And Kamaraga means Kama. So these Pali terms, in Buddhism there's this amazing way as in so Buddha explained something 2500 years ago, and if there's a Sotapanna, when they read about this or hear about this, they can get the exact feeling, exact meaning if they have this it's called Artha Dhamma Nirukti Patibhana. So in this monk Abhayatero, he explains this using the aura process. So he's showing that you might have seen that video. Have you seen any of the aura videos? He show there's a water pipe. When you apply a certain frequency, that water pipe, so although the water is dropping like this, it suddenly goes zigzag. Until I see this one, I never thought that this can happen, but actually this happens. So when you apply the frequency, the water drops that drops from that goes into a zigzag pattern. You can see the zigzag pattern. And when you increase the increase or decrease, I can't remember, when you change the frequency, the water is actually dropping down, but we visualize it as it is going up into the actual pipe. But you can see at the floor the water is jumping down, jumping everywhere. So this is called I wish if there's terms. So it's like everything has things has qualities. I think it's one way to explain this will be that, and there is another way. A person build they use a metal sheet and drill very, say, 0.5 millimeter or 1 millimeter holes in that tray, and they apply gas into that. And then so the flames come up from those points, and then they apply a frequency like a music as well. And then you can see suddenly the fire won't come out of all the nozzles. It only comes out of according to a pattern. So that means that that frequency actually have another form which can be demonstrated from when there is a medium to demonstrate.
But we can't see.
So likewise, these words, the formation of words happened. But you know this part. So from when creatures or the Brahma people came from the Brahma world, and when this world started to form, during this forming process, they name things according to the sankara, according to the way it forms in the mind. So because of that, these words has there's a way to derive the meaning out of that. So in our language, balla means dog. So when we divide that word bahalu, so balla we call it shortly balu. So balu means dog, and then we divide this bahalu. So baha means the good practices in the world. Lu means you avoid any of the good practices and rules and do crazy things the way you think. So like in a government, in a country, there is a system that things law or a system that things work and you should behave. And some people don't behave. You can easily see when people drive. Like back in Sri Lanka, oh my God, people do crazy things than here. I mean, even here people does that. So there is a set of rules that they're supposed to follow, but they don't. They ignore that. So if someone does that continuously for many things, he get more and more karma towards that sankhara, and as a result of that, he can become a dog.
Okay, so
Because he has done the sankhara that's more related to dogs,
to
and
dog.
the amount of those sankhara are high.
dog
They
is
get more
sankhara.
priority,
So-
and then he can become a dog.
so he builds a dog gati.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
word
Yeah.
Yeah.
has
Likewise.
its own gati.
Yeah.
Under.
Yeah. Every word has its own energy in a sense.
As
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
As
Not
well.
not necessarily energy. It's four
But
things.
it's
Artha
all-
artha means meaning.
Yeah.
Dhamma means the law. So the way that is formed, like the
Oh, yeah,
sankhara.
yeah,
Nirukti means this explanation.
Yeah.
The way that it is explained, how this sankhara got generated. Patibana, that one. I don't know how. What.
Bana.
Ah,
Mana.
yeah. How did which what sort of from the ragadesha moha attachments, which attachment was more prominent, and what was more what is more
Related to
what has more priority when creating this sankhara? Likewise. And when Thero give karmasthana, so the actual karmasthana comes from the samadhi, his mind state.
Yeah.
So that comes naturally.
So it's an expression from. The
Yeah, exactly. It's like an expression.
So it's
Yeah.
good to use those words because they give you energy as such, so you can get to those states
Yeah.
very quicker.
Yeah.
So that's why the state Sotapanna, the first stream entry, is so important. Once you achieve that, then it says in other terms, මොකක්ද කියන්නේ අර පරප්‍රත්‍ය රහිත වුණා. It's called, the Pali term is parapatya rahita. That means you don't need anyone's help.
You've seen the top of the
You're
Yeah,
self-reliant.
exactly. You see in the top,
Yeah.
so
So
you don't
no
need
one
any
has to show
guidance.
you
You don't need
where
any
to go.
landmarks or
Yeah.
anything. There's the tip.
But if
I
someone
should go,
says,
I should
no,
follow
no,
fast.
that's the mountain, well, no,
If there's another mountain, you say no. Someone is saying no.
The whole world can say this is wrong mountain.
But
Yeah,
you know
but
it
you
is.
know, okay, this is the exact point. That's why the Sotapanna state, no one can take it from
Fool
you, or it won't go off. If you die this birth, next birth
still
you
be
will become, if you become a human, then you are a born Sotapanna. And you know the past. So that's how all this Dhamma now we talk actually came to life.
From Vaharaka.
This Vaharaka, yeah. So he was a born Sotapanna.
But back to my question, how do you recognize moha within yourself?
Yeah, that's a good question. I went so far without answering that. So we were talking about
Until
moha.
you're Arihat.
So once
The
you
moha is
once you attain the Sotapanna state, you have a certain moha, like the worldly things has asada,
Yeah.
and then you understood that no, this is a mental fabrication. We can't fulfill our senses. So you know that it is not there.
So that
But
part of
it doesn't
moha-
mean you stop showing that. So the moha stage up to the Sotapanna or Satrapa is gone.
gone now.
Is gone.
Yeah.
But you still have a form of avidya.
Yeah.
So
which will keep you in
yeah.
this world.
So you still seek pleasure, but at the same time this won't give you this.
It won't
Fulfill, but you still do that.
Yeah,
This is not like when you are hungry you eat. That's default state
Yeah.
that anybody does that.
So consciously one knows it
like
won't
knowing that
fulfill
there's
you,
no
but
chocolate, but
habitually
wanting some
you
anyway.
still might do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, habitually people does that. Yeah.
And
So-
so moha within meditation would be like
You wouldn't be
you-
identifying moha by itself. Moha
Yeah.
comes with raga and moha comes with dvesha. It's dvesha moha or raga moha.
Yeah,
Okay.
So it's
that's
not-
there.
yeah.
But it is එක වෙනමත් වෙනවනේ. මෝහ ඉතරකුත් වෙනවනේ.
ඒක යන්නේ
අවිද්‍යාවට
අන්තිමට
උඩට
යනකොට.
යන. So once you so you gone through 3 stages, Sakkaya Ditthi, Vijikicca, Silabbata Paramasa, when you become Sotapanna, and you have more 7 stages. So when you go Kamaraga Patiga, the anger or the hatred and everything. Once you go past, when it goes, when it reduces to a certain stage, I don't know how much as a percentage, then you are going into the second stream enterer. And then once you get rid of all that, so you are anagami. So anagami, from the nirukti meaning, anagami means na agami. This person never comes, if he dies in that stage, he never comes back to the kama loka. He'll always be born in rupa, arupa, brahma, rupa loka, not arupa as well, because he didn't do any arupa things. So he got rid of that kama raga patika, and then rupa raga, arupa raga, mana, uddacha, avidya. So this moha then get divided between one part is avidya and the other things. So the moha, the main moha you had is this world has pleasurable things, or there is an asada in the world and I can actually gain the asada. Then you understood, oh no, the asada is
the first biggest moha myth.
Yeah. So
what
then
does
once
asada mean? Asada.
Mentally fabricated gratification.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, gratification. Yeah. So once you understood that, the big portion of moha is gone. But then, like big portion as in, say there is a tree. Say we take a big trunk. We need to get a piece of wood like this, and say we don't have any tools, as in saw, cutting circular saw, something like that, but we have like olden tools. So what do? What is our process? So we have to first cut the tree, and it has so many branches and things, and then we have to cut the branches first. So branches are like big pieces we remove first, and then we try to get rid of the hard
Trunk.
potu.
Bark.
Barks and things. So again it is rough, and then as another stage you try to then form a shape like a rectangular shape, rectangle cube shape. So it is more subtle, stage by stage. The cutting the branches, the big branches are like it's more it's more prominent, because you can see
big
it you can easily identify that this is the trunk. Oh, there is this part going from here, this is disformed, I need to cut this one. It is more easily understandable, and once that is gone, then you are coming to the subtle stage. Before that,
like
you get
rid
of that
dvesha first before you come to raga and worry about raga. Dvesha is easy to understand the big problems. You go into satrapaya straight away with
and
dvesha.
moha also. The last 5 stages are more subtle. It's like at the last stage we will be using sandpaper to form this, the nice edge and everything.
But
so
even the sandpaper, you use the rough one first, and then you go down slowly to the
grade. So the moha goes into the top stage as a form of avidya.
Okay.
But when a person has moha, before he becomes sotapanna, that moha will get him to the hells, because he don't have that's explained as moha is bhavagami sangyojana. Do you heard the term sangyojana?
Yeah, bonds in river process.
Okay. Okay, I don't know, because my terminology towards English terminology towards Buddhism is really bad.
Fetter, you could say also in English. That's the normal translation.
The factors.
Yeah, fetter.
Fatter.
Yeah. Fetter.
Chain, a bond.
That
told you.
Shackles.
Yeah. So the earlier question about how to go into the dhyanas. So what you try to do is actually just try to protect your mind going on and on into the raga desha moha
process.
So from that you understood that moha desha is bad, and before sitting down for meditation you got rid of most of the moha. You have you can get, sorry, not moha, dvesha.
Yeah.
So you can get annoyed with things, but you don't but you calms down quick because there's
No
it's
point.
pointless
It's
getting
a
more
pointless exercise.
dvesha.
Basically, you're just doing.
Say when
For
you
nothing.
drive or say I'm here and suddenly I do this, and an incident happen, and there is no point getting angry about that incident. Likewise, first that's called Satara Satipatthana stage.
Yeah.
So when you do things, when you go somewhere, when you drink something, or in day-to-day life, you feed the incidents. You try to get it as an incident. Something happening. There is no point of me getting
Involved in it.
dvesha, because you already have raga. Dvesha is the secondary process. So there is, you understand that, isn't it? Unless if you have a wish. So we have a wish. Say, I wish if this happens this way. I wish if this doesn't happen this way. So if your wish fulfills, if it happens the way you wish, then there is no dukkha. But that doesn't mean you can have each and everything
According to your wish.
according to your wish. Because this is a common term that people, when we talk to people, it's not the way you wish, but people think, well, I want to go to university. Yes, I managed to go to university, and my wish came through. But then we ask, okay, then make a wish. You want to go to moon, and go to moon now. You can't. It's not the wish that gives you that.
It's with
But
the other
with this wish,
reasons.
that's when everything starts. So in the first preaching of Buddha, Dhammacakkappavattana Sutra, he says, and Satya Vibhanga, that's the explanation of Dhammacakka. He says people wish, what they give me. Yeah. So if there is okay, so there is a couple. They are in teenagers according to this, but in maybe Sri Lanka, because the culture is different, people, it's a disaster if someone has a child without getting married or something like that. So they are in the university, and all those days they are not necessarily expecting a child, but accidentally the girl is conceived with a child. So they didn't wish that to happen. So that birth of that child is, so normally people say, no, I have to go to another one. So they didn't expect that, but anyway it happened.
That happened.
So they'll deal with that. We don't know what happened, and then later on in their life, they were successful. Finished university, they have good jobs and everything, and they need a child. Now they have the wish to have a child, and now there is no child. They try to get conceived, and it is not conceiving. So now, why do they have suffering? Earlier, it was the birth of that child or conceiving that child is creating a suffering, because they didn't expect that. They didn't wish to have a child at that stage. So the birth of the child didn't necessarily give them any satisfaction or suffering, but the way you attach to it. So at the time you attached with, you didn't want it. But later on, when you wish that to happen, it's not happening. So Buddha says, Priyajati dukkha gena denawa. That means the things you love most give you the most dissatisfaction.
You know the two lists we made before?
Yeah.
I asked you to write down the most, the 5 people that you love most, and I asked you to write down the people that you suffer most if you lose them. So it's the same list. Both lists were the same. So that's the same thing he's trying to explain.
Yeah,
So
the more you crave something, the more you suffer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I was wondering with regards to Raga, Desha, Moha, because Raga creates yellow aura, Desha creates red aura, Moha creates blue aura. But we know that the people who are only red aura, And there are also people who only emit violet aura. So red aura would be a majority of hateful thought, and there would not. But if
at the same time, you can't have another one to mix the colors. You mean?
Yeah. So why?
Oh, okay.
So if
that's very easily
nature
explained. That's very easily explained. Do you know how to capture the aura? How do they capture the aura at the moment? How do they do that?
They do it. I'm not sure how they do it.
Okay. I'll research into this. They have the webcam. They take your picture, so they can put the colors around you. They have a receiver, either one receiver, two receivers. The human body has meridian points, and on those receivers they have metal detectors. Multiple metal detectors touching those meridian points, so that they get a sense about the energy flow in your body, the way energy flow. They can't get the whole algorithm. You can't get that because science is not that advanced. But you can, by doing experiments, by doing case studies, they can get an algorithm according to that. So they detect the heat and all the other, the electricity between these points and heat and everything. Then they generate an algorithm. So this detection process is so slow because the mind is so fast. You can have one feeling at a time. But for this machine, this is processed by a processor, which is very slow compared to the mind. So when it processes this thing by the algorithm, it can't necessarily give you the colors basically mix up. But we can get an idea about it. So like when we are angry, normally it should be basically red, but that's not the case. You will see multiple colors. Because in the normal aura capture method, you are not capturing the aura. It's a prediction. They measure the things and then they have an algorithm by case studying, and they put that around your body. They don't actually know that this is on this point exactly this color. They know related to the meridian points because they can do something.
So basically,
because they can transmit something from these points and look for the feedback through the energy paths.
So Sachit, I have a question here. So will they have a database basically? So whatever
they have an algorithm. Algorithm.
Okay. Right.
Algorithm.
So it's not the actual thing. 100%.
But the military has. It says military has machines that can detect the aura from distance.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and I mean even from distance you can get colors because it's not only aura we are looking at. Because we have 4 bodies. This is the material body. But before this, when we born, we get the karmic body. According to the karmic body, if the karmic body doesn't have a hand, the fetus doesn't grow a hand, because this body is generated by the karmic body. So you have hair, you can grow hair. And if you keep on growing hair, the hair won't grow, up to 5 meters or 10 meters. Even though the hair is growing here, the hair bit after this karmic body, it disappears. So it sheds, and
that's why it look different, because you're built according to your karmic body.
So when a thing like a cancer forms, the cancer starts, if it is a result of the karma, it starts in the other body stages. So in the karmic body, when people have this mental vision, they can see when they scan people, there's a cancer starting in his karmic body, but it hasn't affected the normal body yet. Then like in Ayurveda, the Sri Lankan ancient medicine techniques and other things, they have a way to treat that body as well, as a way of energy, transferring energy, healing and everything. So they do that. And then sometimes not all the cancers can be cured, we know, because if the karmic factor is too much, you can't. Cure it. And some of the techniques to cure is by doing more and more good deeds, focusing a certain pattern, and then you generate more and more good sankara, or say you are trying to change the gati by doing another thing. once you understand the concept, or once you are so concerned, so if I have a cancer, then I'm dying to get rid of that. So then my mind is more focused on doing anything to get rid of that. Then it's easy to focus on that and do more and more good deeds, and then try to reduce that karmic force. So then with that and the medicine and things, you can treat the karmic body as well,
to a
up to certain level.
Because like Moggallana got beaten by the thieves, so
that's
some
no
of
one
the things
can
you
stop
cannot
that.
do it.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So, like the karmic body, is it always like what will happen to your body? You could say, like it's a stage before it.
It is like that, but it doesn't mean things can happen suddenly as well. It doesn't mean, because it's a very complex subject.
Yeah.
But in normal terms, it takes a little time to happen.
Okay.
Like a stroke, there is a relation to that, but we don't know. I mean, no one has done a study on how this thing relates with how any type of
It's a lot of
disease
reasons.
or anything.
It's not just one reason.
But
so you
from
can't
Buddha's
say
recent
that
and
is the
result
reason.
explanations, he explains about these four.
But let's say if you like lift a weight, and does your karmic body like grow a muscle first, and then your normal body grows a muscle? Like how?
You're asking too much detail. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, physically it's your body, but your karmic body is there around this. Your aura is there.
Yeah.
Because aura is not necessarily the particles, but actually this. It's like you can think of it as
Condom.
Yeah, it's like a condom. So you have this, you put another, say, a thick something, a condom into this, and you can put another second skin and another one.
Four different skins basically, but they are in different levels. You can't see
like the outer
previous
skin,
ones.
they are changing first, and then the inner skin.
And this skin itself has colors and things.
But we
because
can't
in
see
the
it.
karmic body, you can have some certain colors depending on this gati or the karmic effect.
And like when you're doing meditation, sometimes you tend to go like this, or some people they tend to go like this, and I have heard ඒකට අනුව මේ body එක හැදෙනවා. So what happens is your physical body, the karmic body is like this.
Yeah.
So what happens is when you're doing the meditation, you tend to go to the karmic
according
body.
to that body.
So now you're like this. You're thinking, what the hell's happening? Now you get straight, and then after some time you go again like this.
Yeah.
So that's
That
to
can
do
happen.
with
I mean,
the,
not to everyone.
Not to everyone.
That is.
That happens to me, so I know.
It happens to
like
me
this.
too. Like
What the hell?
my head usually tilts a bit.
Yeah, it happens
Yours
to
too.
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah, it does. I see it behind you, so I see where it tilts.
But this can change.
I think this can change.
Yeah,
This can
because
change. It's not
if
a
you
guaranteed
get
one.
used
It
to
can change.
the right way, then it might change.
Yeah.
Oh, so you know, like
So-
the best thing is not to change it, but to like be acceptant of what the karmic body is.
No.
No.
Well, unless if it is hurtful, you can let it. You can let it be. You know that it is like this, and concentrate on the karmasthana. That's the most important one.
Yeah.
Because by trying to
Do
straighten this, it's not going to straighten.
You're coming
but
out of the-
the way is to focus on the karmasthana, and then little this will automatically get
But-
fixed.
Yeah, it's not
That's
that
the-
important either.
Yeah, but then You don't need to be raga, dvesha, moha in order to sit straight. So it's not a big problem anyway. So you can do certain things without getting into raga, dvesha, moha as well. So
Yeah.
like I used to go to the toilet, come back, and drink some water, and nothing happens to the dhyana. You're still in the dhyana. I've done that while I'm in the dhyana. So I know. Sometimes I used to make sure, okay, I need to go to the toilet. That's all I need, nothing else. And I make sure I go. I don't look around. There's no point in looking around. I would rather stay in the dhyana. So I just go to the toilet, come back in the dhyana. I know I can.
And Buddha says you can do dhyana in four postures. So you can do it walking, sitting, not sleeping, but lying down.
Yeah.
And ante මොකද්ද? ඇවිදිනවා.
හිටගෙන ඉඳගෙන.
Standing.
Yeah, but can't you just live in the jhana and like talk and stuff too?
Yeah.
First dhyana you can.
Yeah. Not
the all four.
Not
Unless
all
you
four.
become Arihat. Then you're in the fourth dhyana all the time pretty much. Because you're
නෑ නෑ දැන් කර්මස්ථාන වලදී හතර චතුත් ධානය ඉඳන් වඩන්නේ
මොකද
කර්මස්ථාන වලදී හාමුදුරුවෝ චතුත් ධානය ඉඳන් වඩන්නේ කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්
චතුත් ධානයේ සමාපත්තියද කතා කරන්න
බැරි
ඕ නෑ ඒ වුණාට
in jhanas
ධාන හතරවෙනි එකේ හැමදේම කරන්න බෑ කියලා මම අහන්නේ ඒකේ ඉන්න පුළුවන්ද නිතර
so things like running you can't do
There are
because to
certain things
run
that you can do,
you need to have that excitement or something that you need to protect or chase or something like that but you can walk and
you can do certain things without as long as it's nothing to do with raga
Yeah.
dvesha moha you can
So even
Yes.
if an arahant would run for any reason, he would fall out of
there's no reason to run why would you run
yeah
Well,
There's no- there's no-
Let's say someone.
Give me a reason.
Okay, so let's say
you're talking about the arhat right
Yeah, an arhat. Yeah, someone calls an arhat and says that, oh, this person is very
Dying.
sick and is gonna die very
Yeah.
soon. You need to come here fast.
okay you
Yeah.
think arahant is going to consider that as an
And-
important
and-
thing and a valuable thing or would the
if they
arahant
have
see that?
if they have a way to fly or go
Yeah,
from
but
one
would they
place
just,
to
like,
another
walk
in a
and
matter
then
of
let the
seconds
person die?
then
That
they
seems
will
weird to me.
oh no because people die every day arahant can't stop that because people
He
die
sees
because
the
of their
reality.
karmic
Yeah,
and
but
effect
let's say the arhat has the medicine.
Yeah.
Like because they have the medicine at home.
why would an arahat
yeah
have
no this
medicine?
I know
Because
but
they
this
have
is
the medicine at home, and the arahat is like
Why?
the parent of the child.
The-
that is sick.
that's an
Yeah.
that's an attachment
your this the created situation is
Yeah.
it's difficult to talk with arahat that's my thinking this the assumptions you are taking
Yeah.
yeah
you are taking these assumptions not knowing the actual way of arahat's mind
yeah
because we are not arahat so we don't know how his chetana works
right
so it is a difficult one to talk my thinking is it's best not to talk about that because you can argue oh no arahat will give this
Do this.
medicine and so I can say no he's not doing that
Okay.
it's
but
a
you
pointless it becomes a pointless
I see.
argument
Yeah, and it doesn't matter anyway.
yeah so the important thing is tell me about the
Excuse us for 1 minute. Just wonder whether you have a tea or coffee.
Oh yes, I would like tea.
Your tea?
අනේ මටත් ඕනේ දෙක
No thanks.
Tea?
කෝප
No
තියෙනවද?
thanks, no thanks. Tea, coffee.
tea
Tea, two tea.
මේ
One coffee.
මිල්ක්
Coffee
එක
එකක්-
ගොඩක්
coffee
මිල්ක්
දෙකයි
එක
tea. තේ දෙකයි නේ?
Ah.
Coffee දෙකයි tea දෙකයි?
Ah.
Do a mint tea?
Mint tea?
Ah.
I'm afraid I'm not sure. Just the ordinary Ceylon tea.
තියෙනවද නැත්නම්
Ceylon.
සමහරට ඇති අනම්මන තිබ්බා
I don't know whether if they have it over there in the tray he can bring
bought,
anything
mint tea for
You
everyone.
bought it?
Ah,
It's there.
okay.
Oh, mint. Then I want mint tea too.
You want
Yeah.
2 mint tea,
you want me
normal tea, coffee.
මාර වැඩි උනේ
මට coffee man
he was trying to help and now he's trouble to remember everything
All together 5.
මට නිකම්ම මිල්ක් වැඩි තේ එකක් තේ
මට
දෙකයි
සීනි
මට ගාන කියපම් මේ.
මේ අපි ඔක්කොම ගිහලා තේ අරන් ගියේ මෙතන නේ සීනා
One tea,
one coffee please yeah.
coffee, 2 coffee.
one
This
tea
is what I do.
Two
This is
mints.
coffee. 2 coffees.
that's three
2 coffees.
two
2
coffees
coffees.
2 coffees 1 tea and
Sarwar?
two
Mint tea.
two mint
things
Tea, 2 tea.
T2
මොකක් කරා
දෙකයි.
කෝපි දෙකයි තේ දෙකයි මේවා දෙකයි කියන්නකො එතන හරි ලේසි එතකොට ඔක්කොම දෙක දෙක කියන්න එතන එකක් වැඩි වෙනවා අවුල් නැහැ ඒක අයින් කරන්න ඕනේ නැත්නම් ඔයා පැටලෙනවා
okay so talk about anicca and asada anicca so how do you what's your understanding about anicca
What's my understanding of anicca?
Yeah.
So it's the seeing when there's the recognition that there's nothing there to be gained in the first place. So when you have this assumption that okay, happiness is in the senses or in the objects, in the sense impressions.
mm-hmm.
When you see through that, and then there is no reason to. Then there's nothing to have raga towards, nothing to have desha towards, and in that moment the Nibbhana comes. That's how it is for me.
Mm-hmm. So nothing as in the outside world
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
doesn't give you whatever you are seeking.
Mm.
and there's no point searching for that one. Is it something like that?
Yeah, that there's nothing there to get pleasure from. It's sort of like so what I like doing is like breaking it down into the 6 inputs.
Okay, go on.
And seeing it as it is.
What do you mean seeing it
So
as
like
it is?
breaking it down just into like, okay, this is the sense impression, this is the just seeing that this is the sense impression, and it is the happiness or the asad or the unpleasant feeling or the sadness is not generated from the sense impression.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sense impression, but what about vipaka in that case? Because sense impression has a factor of vipaka, and that can give you a pleasure. Say someone touch you softly.
Oh yeah, so yeah, okay, like this.
Yeah. So if you try to say it doesn't, the impression doesn't give you that, there is an element missing.
Okay, but there's like for me, it's the understanding that there's no lasting pleasure or happiness to be gained. Because even if you get vipaka, you can't have it the way you like. It's like you get it, but you can't have it the way you like. You can't maintain it.
Yes.
And if you attach, you just subject to suffering when it passes.
Okay. So the important thing I want to pick is that's not the way you like, as you said. That whatever the pleasure or the thing is not there the way you want or the way you like. So you wish it to be certain way, but that wish it won't happen.
It's not going to last, basically.
It's okay. And dukkha?
Dukkha is when things in this world, sense impressions, any Vedana, any feeling you get, any emotion, any thought, is that it's has the ability to make you burn if you attach.
No, the attachment won't give burning. Attachment won't give burning.
Okay.
Because attachment is raga. Raga gives you pleasure.
Yeah, but in the long run. So.
Okay.